Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Dropped Frames. It's Monday, not Wednesday, because this week is BlizzCon week, and I'm traveling on Wednesday, so we decided to do a show and not skip 2 weeks. We didn't do a show last week. What was the official reason? Was it Overwatch? Is that why we didn't do a show?
Too many games.
There was also too many games.
Too much gaming. As
We're in the thick of it, guys.
We couldn't handle it. Yep.
Yeah. This is actually the 1 week where there's kind of a lull. Need for Speed comes out tomorrow. It's getting pretty bad reviews. From what I've seen. I haven't played it yet, though, but yeah.
That's unfortunate. I was hoping for a revigoration.
It might be worth playing, though, because it's got all FMV in the game. So, like, it's kind of... have you ever seen those movies where it's like it's like POV of a person, and then like someone will come up and fist bump you, and there's just like a hand that comes out that's supposed to be your hand, but that's what the game is in a lot of the cutscenes. Is a lot of fist bumps and a lot of people staring at you like you're in the actual air. It's weird. I don't know. I want to play it for that reason.
Kind of realistic.
Wait, what is the Need for Speed?
This is Need for Speed. Yeah, a racing game where there's FMV that's actually kind of really bad, but also awesome at the same time.
Is Vin Diesel in it? Does he like?
I don't know. Probably not.
He's got a shirt.
Yeah, he should be in there. He should be in there. But yeah, that'll come out tomorrow. I'm sure it's going to be popping up on Twitch. And then also, I think Anno 20, whatever year they're going with this year, is out tomorrow. But I saw a couple people already streaming that on Twitch. So.
Did you guys ever play the old one?
No, I've never played the Anno games.
I haven't either, and I'm really excited for this new one. But I don't know anything about it really, except it's like a futuristic Sim City, I guess. Is that
sort
pretty?
of?
Yeah.
Yep, I actually, when I was playing SimCity back when it came out a few months ago, and also Cities, people ask me all the time if I played it. I'm also in the boat where I have not tried it, but I've not only heard the old ones are really good, but the new ones apparently are pretty damn good as well.
Huh. Well, we'll see. Everyone's going to be streaming tomorrow. We're going to be talking about all the stuff that we have been playing. It's also been 2 weeks, so we've been playing a lot of stuff. Me and Ella mostly Overwatch lately. I think Coh's also dipped into some of that a little bit. I played through Halo 5 campaign in one day. Coh's been playing some Wasteland 2, as well as prepping for Fallout 4, which I think everyone is kind of doing next week. Because we're like a week away. I think potentially this time next week, some of us will be playing Fallout 4. So
yes,
yeah, we'll see.
I'm definitely playing Fallout 4. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm restarted a game of Fallout 3 so I can, prepare myself for the madness that's going to be Fallout 4.
Did you get a chance to has anyone seen that leaked footage that came out? I think it was the console version. Did you take a look at that, Coh?
Avoiding the most in terms of leaks that I've seen. There is a full screenshot of every single perk moused over with the description.
I think that's in the video. That's probably where they pulled that from.
Yes. And I'm actually going to be doing a little, like, I'm going to go over every single one on my stream and like make a highlight of, like what each perk is and what it needs to take. I did just, when I saw it on stream, I briefly looked at the first 2 rows. There's some really cool stuff in there. And they are also strongly catering to people that want to do melee playthroughs with some really cool
really?
stuff. Yes. Like sprinting with power armor. There's an ability that makes it so if you sprint with power armor, it knocks people down that you run through. So you can just like...
Nice.
I'm so excited to hear that. Just because like I'm a huge like hand-to-hand combat like guy in those kind of games. I love, like, I always pick a monk or something like that, or like in like Morrowind or whatever. I'm always going around hand-to-hand and shit. So I'm really excited to hear that, because I used to go around the power gauntlet and just like crack people in the face in Fallout 3. So that's exciting. Hell yeah. I'm all about it.
I'm still not, I guess I'm the last person that'll be like super hyped up for Fallout 4, but I'm pretty excited. I guess I want to get into that. I want to get into the zeitgeist of Fallout 4 because people are already going fucking insane. There's like a bunch of yeah, like there's articles popping up like on like USA Today about how this guy's wife is like saying goodbye to him for like 6 months or some shit, and like literally saying I'll see you in 6 months, and has like prepped all these meals and stuff for it's. Next week is going to be silly. I've never been around to see like a launch of a Bethesda game. I guess Skyrim was the last one. I was there at launch, but I wasn't like in the thick of it. So this will be the first one, especially a Fallout game that I've been involved with.
Well,
so
I'm glad I don't have a wife, a husband.
No obligations.
I have nothing to do. I have absolutely nothing to do except, just delve into Fallout 4.
Yeah.
My usually when certain games come out, I tell Cora, you know, especially now that I'm streaming, I tell Cora, I just say, listen, babe, I'm gonna be really in it for a while, you know, like
yeah.
And I make sure to tell her, like, if I'm too in it or you need me, you need to yank me, you know, a little bit.
You gotta let me know.
Like, I really do. Like, I really do prep her that way, because it's good to have that kind of communication, because what she'll do is she'll stay quiet and she won't say anything. And I'm like, no, like I'm gonna be playing this. I did this with Diablo 3 even before I started streaming, and I was like, babe, I'm just gonna play the shit out of this game for like 2 months.
We did it with EverQuest just a couple months ago.
Yeah, we did it with EverQuest. When we were doing EverQuest, I was like, babe, I'm gonna be really, really into this, and I'm probably not gonna neglect you. And
dude, me and Ella, we were doing 10-hour camps, like literally 10-hour camps.
Dude, I was playing the game for like, I wasn't streaming it all that week. All I did was just sit on EverQuest. Oh my god. Anyways. Yeah, so I do the same thing that you're talking about, JP, with Cora. I just let her know, especially now that Junie's here. You know, I'm just like, if you need help, let me know, because if not, I'm gonna be same thing with Overwatch. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be in my chair playing, and I'm not gonna leave until I have to.
Well, let's start with Overwatch and get that out of the way, because I think we'll probably spend okay, let's Cozy. If we spend too much time on this, just yank me and Ello away from this conversation, and we'll shut up about Overwatch. So
fuck these guys. Let's talk.
Yes, dude, I think Overwatch is really cool. I think it looks really fun.
I think we're starting. Yeah, I think we're gonna
start.
So how many hours have you streamed, Ello? Because I'm on. I think I eclipsed 70 last night in the past week.
I wouldn't be surprised if I'm around there. I did a 24-hour stream.
I remember that, because I was there for 15 of it, and I was like, I'm done, dude. I can't.
Yeah, and I did several, like just this morning, I got done with another 14-hour stream. I don't know. I would probably say I'm probably around 60 hours, if not more, in Overwatch for sure. I mean,
I have to be honest. And I don't know if this is true for you as well, but for me personally, I have not enjoyed a game or played a game as much as Overwatch in such a short amount of time in a very long time. And I don't know if that means the game is good, or I've just been like looking for something that has an addictive quality to it, or what.
This is how you know. No, here's the thing. This is how you know that the game is fun and the game is good, especially because it's enclosed, is because we're not the only ones doing that.
That's
right
true.
Now.
You're right.
There's so many other streamers that have been playing it hardcore, like hours and hours and hours, and we're doing the same matches over and over and over. I mean, there's not a lot of options when it comes to, we got payload and we got like territories, you know, like capture the point kind of thing, and that's it.
We have 6 maps. 7 maps?
6 maps, and that's it. Maps. And we're just playing the shit out of it. And you know what else is a good testament to a good game, especially if you guys are watching, like viewers. If you guys ever like question our integrity on it or anything, if you see us starting to like mingle in groups that we've never even met before, like playing with people, the way it pulls the Twitch community together, that's a fucking good game.
That's one thing I've enjoyed the most of. It's like we've put together these 6v6 streamer battles, and I'm playing like last week, Dyrus and Bjergsen, whose name I couldn't pronounce at the time, jumped into our Overwatch match, and we're playing with like 2 of the most popular League of Legends streamers and pros in the world, and there's chill guys playing Overwatch with us. No problem.
When I started streaming, one of the first names that popped up was Dyrus.
Yeah.
And I remember not knowing anything about him, and I don't watch League of Legends or anything like that. So I checked him out just because people were talking about him, and I did see his stream and everything. I think he's got a very very memorable demeanor, you know, just the way that he talks and everything. So I think that's what kind of draws him out of the crowd of League of Legends people. And I was playing with him like all freaking last night until he stole him from us. But
it's true. There has been some poaching. There has,
dude. We gave him so much shit too when he left. We were like, traitor. But anyways, no, like I got to play with him and Afromoo. I didn't know who Afromoo was. Like,
the league player. Is it Afromoo or is it? It's just there's only one Moo, right? It's not Afromoo. It's just Afromoo.
Is Afromoo or Afromoo?
I think it's just Afromoo.
Probably is my ignorance.
I think it's just Afromoo. I think it's my ignorance. I think you're right.
Okay. Well, either way, I was just calling it Afro. He jumped on TeamSpeak with us. He played with us for hours. Like, these are people I would never otherwise play with. Like, we're just not in the same games. We're not into the same thing. We're doing different stuff on Twitch. And it's been great, man. I love playing with those guys. I love playing with you in Summit. You know, like Summit, I got to play with in Battlefront a little bit.
Yeah.
But look at Zeke. Look at Zeke.
Zeke's into it.
So
Zeke's into it.
yeah, but I don't get to play often with you, even because my stream's so polar opposite of you guys, you know. And so it's been great. I've been having such a good time with it. It's been nuts. I hope that it translates over to the people watching just how fun it is. And I know it can be confusing.
I feel like it has.
I feel like it has
from
too.
what people have said in my chat, like a lot of times they say it's easy to understand what's going on because like the movement and the abilities in the game are watchable in that sense. It's not like watching a MOBA and just having like no clue what the fucking abilities are. Like they can see that, yeah, this guy's swinging his hammer and he's charging this guy and he just stunned that guy with some ability. I don't know if that was his ult or what, or this guy has a shield up and like it seems easy to understand in that sense. Like they took that into consideration.
They criticize the visual clutter a lot on the Overwatch Reddit. They really do. They criticize it quite a bit. And I think right now the problem is that not enough people. I mean, nobody's, you know, not very many people have played it, so they don't understand what they're seeing. But I think when they understand the abilities, they're going to appreciate that visual clutter because it's very. I mean, you know, Reinhardt has a shield up right now. He's swinging that hammer because not only does he swing it, but there's this big, you know, flashy part of it. And whenever he smashes the ground, it's a big thing. Whenever Lucio does his ult, there's
audio cues too, you know? Like the audio cues are really good. Like, you know, when someone's about to ult because McCree will say like it's high noon and then everyone just fucking scatters until that's over. Or Pharaoh will jump up into the sky and you'll hear her say justice reigns from above or whatever. Everyone's like, well, we're dead. Because that just
we're dead. Yeah, because Pharaoh OP. Pharaoh OP. I think that people are going to appreciate that more as they start to play it, and I think it makes it a lot easier for people watching. Like, I can't watch League of Legends because I have no idea what's going on when those people are using their abilities and all that stuff. But I think when people play it, I think they're going to understand what's going on. What's been your favorite part of the? What's your favorite hero?
I've been playing mostly Reinhardt. I hear
you're a beast, Reinhardt.
See, I thought I would. Everything changed last night, Elo, because I thought we thought we were pretty good at this game. We knew that the devs were going to be good.
I saw that. You guys got wiped.
We played the devs. We capped a total of 1 point in about 15 maps, both sides. And every time we were on defense, they ran it through in like seconds.
Well, when I was at Blizzard, it was kind of like that too, but I had devs versus devs, so I was able to kind of fit in, and Haley and I were able to kind of it was much more even, you know, because they were both kicking the shit out of each other. You know?
Right.
But we did play last night. I mean, we don't have like this crazy competitive 6-man or anything like that. I just picked up some friends in Dyrus and we were just playing. Yeah. But we ran into a dev team, and oh my god,
you just got smashed.
Insane. And it's like you see all these new things that you didn't see before.
That's exactly what's happening to us. Like we would play a match, and then after the match you'd be like, I had no idea you could do X. And like every single player was saying that, save for Summit, was just saying like, I had no idea that this hero could do that, or you could sit in that spot and defend that so easily.
JP, can you give some examples of some of the stuff you're talking about?
I can right off the bat.
Go ahead,
Al. Winston has a shield, like a big bubble shield he can put down, right?
Right.
Well, one of these devs, one of these dirty fucking devs, they got in that shield, and he high nooned with McCree in the shield. Now the thing about the shield is you can shoot out of your friendly shield, but the enemies obviously can't shoot into it until it takes a certain amount of damage, and then it breaks, right? Well, he went into it, and usually you're very vulnerable with McCree when you high noon. It's your ultimate. It basically is a timed target thing where it kind of zooms in, almost like Red Dead kind of stuff, you know, and you can and shoot everybody all at once. But the thing is that you're super vulnerable. Well, this guy, and I don't know why I didn't think of this before, but he just went right into the middle of the Winston shield, sat there high noon. Everyone was shooting it and everything. There's nothing we could do, and he just took us all out, man.
Yeah.
And it was insane to see, because it's like we didn't even think about that kind of combination.
We've done stuff with Reinhardt before where like I'll peek a corner and then Summit will peek behind the shield, so you can actually get shots off without, like, exactly like what you said, behind the shield, so you can't actually take them out. But like yesterday I saw the biggest takeaway from the devs is they're all really good shooters, but they're also really good movement and position based players. Because like I'll go in and Reinhardt's ultimate, his AoE stun, won't go through a shield. It'll actually stop the shield and the shield will absorb it. So like they saw my hammer go up in the sky and instinctively reacted to get into a shield as a team, and it hit no one. And all 6 of them prior to that were outside of it. So like seeing that, I was like, oh, these guys are on another level. Like they understand the game so much better than everyone else.
Well, okay, so when I went to Blizz and played with them, and then came back home, and then we all got into the beta. You see now why I was like trying to get you guys to switch heroes.
Oh, yeah.
And like talking about like I was coming from that to the beta, and I was like trying to talk to you guys about that and get you guys on that level. But okay, when you pick up this game, you get tunnel vision, right? You want to play one hero. And that's what you want to do, and you play that one hero all the same match. But that's not what this game is about at all. This game is about team composition. It's got advanced depth when it comes to strategies between the different heroes. There's 18 vastly different heroes. You would agree that they're all very different.
Oh yeah,
like
100%.
They feel very different.
I haven't seen a single second of this, except for right now. Like I'm watching a little bit of it right now. Are all the teams like the same? Like you have to pick different characters.
You can change a comp at any. You can change a hero at any time you die. At any time through the match, as many times as you want.
Have, like,
and there can be multiple heroes.
Oh, there can be multiple. Your entire team can be the exact same hero.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and people criticize that too. But as soon as you learn these counters, and as soon as you learn to deal with people, a team of full bastions, it doesn't seem like a big deal because you can just go tracers and get behind them and kill them. No matter, it's just super easy. But it's one of those things. Like I was jumping in. That's when I was talking to you in Summit, and I was like, guys, you might want to switch your hero, and you guys are like, no. And I'm like,
I knew to switch. Like Summit's a stubborn one. I'll switch, but that was the other thing too. When we were playing against the devs last night, is we went in there and like we thought we were gonna do really good, and then after that we started trying to emulate what they were doing, and it actually got us playing worse because we were playing heroes that we never played before. Whereas if we would have just stuck with what we knew, we probably would have done better. But the idea of them like forcing us out of that was good because I think everyone is super uncomfortable after the matches, which is very interesting to me.
I lied before. I actually did watch like 5 minutes of it, but it was on Sacriel.
Yeah, Sacriel.
Yeah.
Now, was he playing a healer?
He was playing Mercy probably. Yeah, Mercy or
Tracer.
I remember like there was a little ray
Tracer.
coming out, and he was like,
that was Mercy.
Somebody or whatever.
Yeah, that's one of the
She's
healers.
awesome. She's a lot of fun to play.
Yeah.
Well, here's a question for you, JP, and I've been struggling with this question myself. It seems like obviously since for the last week it's held up fairly well on Twitch,
right?
But a lot of people haven't played it. People are still watching because they have to. We've got them hostage. But what do you think about this game being like another Evolve? Like, what do you think about this game being like we're hyped for like a week and a half? We play the shit out of it and then dead. Like, I'm scared about that. And I mean, not like I can't sleep or anything, but like I really enjoy this game and I'm really passionate about this game. It's the first time in a long time I've been passionate about a game. And I think the last time I felt anything like this was probably Evolve. Mm-hmm. And then Evolve just, I mean, that was kind of a different beast. They said they had so much more content. It came out, it was like very little. Right. But what do you think about that?
I mean, for me, I played Evolve. I didn't play it a shit ton the first week. I played it probably 20 hours max. It felt like a complete, like, I don't know how to describe it, but it felt like a different style of game in the sense that it is a game that I'm going to put down after a week. The thing about Overwatch is when I first looked at it, there's maybe 5-6 abilities per hero. And I was like, there's no depth to this game. Like, you go in, you do what you want as that hero, and that's it. And then after playing the devs last night, I realized that like the skill gap and the skill cap is insanely fucking high, especially as a team. And for me, like that's the interesting part of the game. I was less interested in Evolve because of that, because I felt like there wasn't, and I never got to see like a pro player or never got to see like the highest skill cap at the point in time that I was playing. But like after last night, I did. So I feel like I'll be playing it more because of that. But I think that's a very me reason rather than like a global reason. I don't know if people are going to want to play this after seeing it on Twitch, seeing all of the Twitch streamers play it for 60 plus hours.
I'm sure they're going to want to play it. I'm worried about the longevity of it, and
yeah. I mean, I think everyone is, right? I think that's what Blizzard has to, in a day and age where Twitch is out there, that's a new thing that video game devs have to deal with.
Well, one thing that makes me kind of take some solace, I guess, is the fact that it is Blizzard, and Blizzard is known for making easy to pick up fun games for casual people that have a really have a lot of depth. You know, like you said, that high ceiling. You know, for skill. I cannot wait to see pro players in this game, like legit
pros. Yeah.
Oh my god, I feel like what is a pro player that plays Tracer look like?
Yeah.
What does that fucking look like?
We've seen some really fucking good Tracers, but I don't think it's like anywhere near the best.
I feel like I play Tracer really well, right? And I know that I'm not there. You know, like I know I'm not even. I'm just scratching the surface. You know.
Have you seen?
And Tracer's one of my favorite. You know, but oh man,
there's a dev, Sparks, or fuck, I forget his name.
Lee Sparks.
I think maybe he was playing Tracer last night, and he's the best Tracer we've ever seen. Like, or no, Sketch. That's who it is.
Oh, Sketch. Okay.
Sketch, like, fucking. An entire team of 6 would literally have to turn around and trace this fucker down because he was killing people like it was nothing, and we couldn't even hit him. Like he was all over us at once. We couldn't do anything. It was the most annoying thing to play against.
Well, and I think obviously the dev team understands what Tracer's role is, and they know how to like side support that, right? Because right now it's like Tracer's on a team, and it's like it's 5 versus 6, and there's somebody else running around like a maniac, and we don't know what's happening.
Right.
You know, like that kind of thing. But I think as people again start to play more, I think people are going to be able to support Tracer more and understand what Tracer's doing. And because Tracer's the harass, right? She's supposed to go ahead, take out the supports, take out the weak people, do what she can, and just generally kind of cause mayhem in the enemy lines. And I think when people, like I said, when people start to understand her role better, I think they'll be able to
deal with it.
Yeah, I think that not just deal with it, but also help too. I think the team will be able to toss a shield every now and then, and you can say something like, all right, going for mercy, and they can make a push at that point, you know, or something like that. You know, it's I think those are going to start to come out a little bit, but I can't wait to see like legit professional players.
I agree. The other thing too and I didn't really think about it till now, the game has, it's not like a Call of Duty or a CSGO where like it's all aim, because you look at a hero like Reinhardt, right? And this is where Zeke can come in. Like you look at a hero like Reinhardt.
What?
He's not that hard to play, and like the idea of having to be good at competitive games kind of dwindles. So people that aren't like amazing aimers in CS:GO can jump into the game and have fun.
Oh yeah, and that's
not that hard to play. So Zeke, this is for you.
I mean, I'm serious. Like it can. There are heroes in this game that do not require high amounts of aim, and you can play really, really well just by like being good at positioning or being good at like using an ability.
You completely peeled the right banana there. Like, that's like I've stopped getting like trying to even get into games that were multiplayer competitive games because that's not my cup of tea. But if there's a class that's easy enough to pick up and play for a noob, or like a melee class like that, where you just have to like go up and smash.
Yeah. Okay, here's a perfect example. There's a monkey in this game named Winston, Zeke. His moves are jump with left shift. He jumps up with a mouse. You can aim it. And then his E is he drops a shield. And then when he left click, he just melees people. And his role is to jump into the back lines and just cause mayhem. Not really get kills, but just be a giant fucking annoyance.
And you don't have to aim at all with his gun. He's got a lightning gun.
It just goes.
It's like a static discharge, and it like just hooks whoever.
Yeah.
No, it just hooks to like if I just ran up to somebody and I was aiming slightly towards them, it would just connect with them and bring their health down. Like you don't have to aim it at all. It's just like you're just like pissing lightning over everything. That's what I say it looks like. It's like he's just pissing on everybody with lightning. Is basically what it is.
Sounds good to me.
So with that in mind, like I feel like anyone can jump into this game, and as long as you don't get in with competitive people, have a really good time.
You know what? How about this? I think somebody with bad aim could still be competitive in this game on a high level if they're good enough with positioning and if they don't use heroes that require aim.
Yeah, no, that's me. That's me 100%.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like I even think like
having sex. I'm good at positioning. I don't care about my aim.
Exactly.
I'm
nice.
baby.
Nice.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I think that there may be even some high level players that get into the competitive scene that may have nothing to do with FPS games.
Oh, that's the other thing. I've played with StarCraft Pro. I've played with League of Legends pros. I've played with TF2 pros who obviously fit right in. I've played against Quake pros who absolutely demolished me. Like, I feel like the game has a wide enough array of characters, and they've done a good enough job of kind of like getting everything in there that has an interest for all people, if that makes sense. At least in the hero set that they have right now, that it's easy enough for kind of anyone who's a fan of any game to jump in.
Well, and they got so much criticism, right, for everybody comparing MOBA.
Right.
Oh, a MOBA. Oh, how can you call this a MOBA? It's a first-person shooter. Okay, yeah, we get that, all right? But there are definitely elements of this game that are MOBA-esque. I've been playing Dota since Warcraft 3, custom maps back in the day. Like, I've been playing a shit ton of MOBAs. I played them all, right?
Right.
And I can tell you right now, the way the abilities are set up, the way you have an ultimate ability, the positioning, the coordination with the team, all that stuff comes together, and it feels like a MOBA. It feels like a MOBA. That's all there is to it. There's no way around it.
Yeah. I mean, this class right here, for example, I don't need to pause it. Her left shift and her E are both shields that you can put on herself and on another player, but they both have cooldowns. So like you have to manage that cooldown, and you also can't leave it on that player for an extended amount of time. It goes away after a certain time. So like when we jump out of the gate right here, I should be either shielding Huck, who's playing Winston the monkey, who's just going to jump in, or Summit, who's playing a sniper and won't die immediately because he has a shield on him. So it's like micromanaging those skills in a team-based environment. Like that's very MOBA-ish to me.
And not only that, but the amount of damage that you take to your own shield increases your damage.
Yeah, increases your damage. Yeah.
So you're trying to like take damage, but not enough to make it dangerous, so that you can do the most damage you can while trying to shield other people. And then her ult is straight out of freaking Enigma.
Yeah,
it's Black Hole Enigma.
Black Hole,
I mean, it's like it just sucks everybody in. I mean, it's like one of the best ults in the game, right? It just there was, like I said, there was so much criticism, especially with my Overwatch broadcast that I did for Blizzard, where I compared the MOBA aspect of it. People give so much criticism for that, but it's just, you can't help it. The game has MOBA like elements to it.
Well, it's like trying to like asking someone about their band. Like, what do you sound like? Like, oh, we don't really sound like anything that's out there right now.
Right.
That's a really good point.
I get that.
Really good point.
I'm not, emo. I'm like somewhere like there's not a category for me. You know what? Fuck you. There's a category for you.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's why like League of Legends players and they're able to pick it up, and they're able to understand what's happening so much faster than other people, because that's what they do.
Yeah.
And that's all they've been doing for however many years, so it's very familiar to them. And even though some of them may not be the best at aiming, they certainly are some of the best at positioning and understanding the team comps. So
the other thing too that I was very surprised by, and I guess this kind of happens at the start of every game, but like the devs are really fucking good at their own game, like really fucking good at their own game.
They play
it's actually
man.
absurd.
it's an insane. It's like it's hard. Okay, so because I'm the guy that went to Blizzard and blah blah blah, I've got Blizzard's in my mouth.
Right.
Like I like whatever I say like has a certain amount of scrutiny with it, right? Because I'm just want they just want I just want to get in good with the devs, right? But these people live, eat, sleep, breathe Overwatch. They love their game. I played 7 hours with those guys to practice for the Overwatch stream, and then afterwards I talked to Lee Sparks. I believe he's a lead producer over there. I was like, "What'd you do last night after we got done?" He's like, "Oh, I went home and played more Overwatch till like 1 a.m. And like I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Oh yeah, all of us did." Like they go home and play this after they work all day on the game. That's what they love to do.
Experience with the Vainglory guys. Like they brought me into the fold. They were like, "Come on in, we'll teach you how to play." Blah blah blah. And then like I was playing, I was like, "Oh, this is a great game." And then like after the event was done, they went and sat on couches and played more. They just do that.
Yeah.
They love their game.
Cool,
they really believe in their game. They love their game. They play their game a shit ton, and your 6-man team saw that last night. Which, by the way, I was kind of like sitting back, like yes, destroy them, devs, like yes, like in my secret little,
We definitely got wrecked, but that was the other thing too, is the progression throughout the week. Like day one, it was like, all right, let's get 6 people, and we'll just go up and play pub matches. Day 2 was like, hey, let's do 6v6 against some other streamers. And then day 3 was like, hey, let's do 6v6 against a lot of other streamers and just get a shit ton of people in there. And then like the next day is like, hey, let's play some Quake Pros and see how that goes. We got fucking smashed. And then like 2 days of going back to regular 6v6s, and it's like, all right, we're feeling pretty confident. Let's go to the fucking devs. Then we just got like everything we've done. It's always been fun, but it's always been like an evolution of getting destroyed by something else. So like being able to see that progression in a real tangible thing for me is crazy, because I can actually feel myself getting better over time, and I haven't seen that so rapidly from a game in a very long time.
Oh yeah, and then there's just things, and we're still learning. Like we're still learning shit. Like yesterday, early this morning, I should say, Lucio was waiting outside of I think it's Volskaya, whatever. Yeah, he was waiting outside the freaking side door on the left. You know, when you're attacking, you have that side door on the left.
Yep.
He was waiting there, and as soon as I ran out, he pushed me back with his gun, and just knocked me right off the edge.
Yeah.
Did it to me twice because I didn't realize he was there. I had never seen that. Lucio, there's a side map on the same map if you're attacking where you go to the right and there's a health pack right in front. You can turn left and then go to the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. That you can wall ride on the side there with Lucio to get to the other side. And like, there's all these like little nuances and everything that are in the matches right now. And you're constantly learning and you're constantly getting better. You're working with other people. You're seeing what works, what doesn't work. Last night when you guys went to go play, we played you guys and then you BM'd us and left. And then,
we didn't want to split up the group as well.
I know. I totally understand. They blew it up more like chat.
Chat went off.
They went nuts. But we went off to just go mess around with compositions, right? We went 3 Zarya, 3 Reaper, which is insane, by the way.
Yeah.
We started doing strats like grabbing all Torbjorns and on long maps like Gibraltar, and we ran to the end of Gibraltar and laid 6 turrets out, okay? And then we ran back to them while they're pushing the payload and died constantly, and we kept running back and then upgrading our turrets. So by the time that they got there, we had 6 3-level turrets ready for them. Jesus. And we annihilated them with that strategy. They had absolutely no opposition until they got to the end. We held them for 10 minutes with 6 turrets.
That's really frustrating to play against.
Yeah. Same thing with Symmetra. You can set 3 of those mines down, right? And then you got to wait a little bit. We set those 3 sentries down, went up, started fighting them, 6 Symmetras, came back after a little bit when a few more charges. I mean, 36 freaking sentries all around a point. You walk through it, and it's just like instant death. Obviously, they caught on to it real quick, and then they destroyed them. But like, there's a lot going on, especially with the multiple hero aspect, which people again are disagreeing with. A lot of people just want one hero, right? They just want they don't want multiple heroes in a match. They want one person to have it, and that's it. And I think that limits the amount of strategy by so much. Like, you're just limiting yourself for no reason, because none of these comps are unbeatable, right? There's always an answer. Yeah, there's always an answer. And when you take away that extra hero, you're just unnecessarily limiting the amount of potential for awesome composition, like team composition.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
I agree.
Anyway, I digress.
Anyways, yeah, me and Ella could talk about it for hours, and probably will continue to do so. But we're enjoying the hell out of Overwatch, and I think a lot of other people are as well.
I'll tell you what, man. Fuck the haters. I'm enjoying listening to this shit.
It's good. That was the other thing too, is I'm glad that people enjoy watching it, because it's rare that I find a game that I really, 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 really enjoy that people also enjoy watching. And I think a lot of broadcasters have said the same thing. Like, I think Gassy Mexican was saying the same exact thing, is he really enjoys the game and he likes that people also enjoy watching it. Like, it has that like big play that people can see and they're like, oh, that was fucking awesome, because he just stunned like 3 guys and then killed them, and then they pushed and won. Like, it's very easy to see that as a viewer who has never even touched the game. So much so that Twitch is now like Twitch chat is the best player of the game and will backseat any broadcaster having never touched it, and no matter what channel you pop into, which I think is fucking hilarious.
That's the dream, right? As a streamer, you want to play something that is fun for you, is fun for your viewers, and that you're not getting burnt out.
Yeah.
Everybody's having a good time for the most part. I know there's some salt out there for people who didn't get in, but that's like the dream. That's what we strive for anybody watching as streamers. We strive for those games that are super fun for us, super fun for you guys to watch, visually satisfying, and everybody can just have a good time, And
Okay.
Yeah.
let's talk about a couple things then. JP specifically, about a week and a half ago, right before Overwatch came out, we said it'll be interesting a little bit from now to see if you're still just as interested as you were before then.
Yeah.
So just a brief answer, and Ello, I'm interested in this with you too. Are you guys still having as much fun with it now that you've played it 50 plus hours as you did when you started? And could you see yourself playing it another 50 plus hours?
I think it's a different kind of fun. Like when it first started, it was like, oh, this is a new game. But now it's like I want to try to figure it out more, if that makes sense. Even like having played 70 plus hours, I'm still like, I'm constantly thinking like, well, what if I did this? Or what if I tried that? Or maybe if I did that better, it would work better for the team, et cetera, et cetera. So I think yes, but it's a different kind of fun.
It's always that honeymoon phase, right?
Yeah.
When a new game comes out.
There's always that, no matter what.
If you're not sure if you actually like this game because it's a good game, or if you just like it because you were hoping, you just have been waiting for something new to come out.
Exactly.
So yeah, so that honeymoon phase for me is over, I feel like. Like I especially now after 24 hours, 70 hours, whatever, like that honeymoon phase is over. Now it's like I'm in the meat and potatoes of the marriage, and I'm like, I don't want to even talk about divorce papers. I'm in it. I'm ride or die, man.
Yeah, I would agree. The other thing, I think we'll also, both me and Ello and probably every other streamer will have that. People will come and chat and like, look at someone like Summit, streams a shit ton of CSGO, built his channel on CSGO, played Overwatch for a week, and everyone's like, hey, Summit, did you quit CSGO? Like, I think that's going to happen just in November because of all the games coming out that we want to play. Fallout 4, Tomb Raider, not Battle Watch, Battlefront at the end of the month. There's 2 or 3 others that I can't even think of right now. Like, I think we're going to get that question. It's like, hey, you quit Overwatch, it must not be fun. It's really just we're playing other games. Like that. Yeah. I want to just be upfront about that because we're going to get that question 100%. But yeah, I agree with what Ella said as well. The honeymoon phase is over for me.
Yeah, I think that this is definitely a game I'm going to keep up with for probably a while. I don't know how long is a while. It could be, several months or a year or whatever. But this is definitely like, I feel like I haven't had a fallback go-to game in a long time since DayZ for me. And this is going to kind of be my bread and butter until new game comes out and I want to play that, and I'll play that for a little bit.
So what keeps you playing it? Like, what's the carrot at the end of the stick?
Just the insane amount of diversity and the evolution, like JP was saying, the evolution of becoming a better player, getting more familiar with the heroes, understanding those heroes with the team comps, understanding the levels, then the phases of the different levels and what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing. Like you said, I get off from streaming, 14 hours and I go to sleep. And when I'm trying to fall asleep, I'm thinking, what happens if I put Zenyatta with Winston? And what happens if I'm just like, the brain's still working, the gears are still working way after you played it. And then you go back and you try all these things, right? And then that makes you think about more stuff. And it's just like, I don't know. It's that evolution that JP was talking about. It's really interesting after the honeymoon phase because you're constantly trying to improve your game and do different things.
Yeah. So for the carrot on the stick thing, real quick, I don't know if there is like a true carrot on the stick in the game. It's literally just I want one more game. Like, let's play one more game. And it's always that state. It's like that type of game where you're just always wanting to go again and jump in. And not like, that's how I was able to do. I haven't done a 15-hour stream in a long fucking time, and I did like 4 or 5 days in a row of 15 hours plus. I haven't done that in a fucking forever long time. And so I think that says a lot about the game, at least for me, for my interest. But
I think.
Well, go ahead.
Sorry, I have to say this before we move on. There is a progression system that they're putting into the game too. So there are going to be things to like work towards, unlock stuff like that if you're really interested in that. But also one of the coolest things too is that the devs are really listening to the streamers. And they built an entire like spectator private match just for streamers. We don't have to have people on our Battle.net friends list for once. We can invite them in and have them in the private match. So as a streamer, we can do things like sub wars and sub tournaments and everything through this game without having to clutter up our friends list, our very limited friends list with people, and continually switch that out. They've made it so they're listening to us. They're adding things to the game that makes it easier for streamers and is going to make it more fun for the viewers in the long run. Because I can't wait till you know what I see for the future with this game as far as like private games and all that stuff is I get my like crack commando team, right? You know,
Right.
like my 6 Ellohime viewers, that's my like pro team in my channel because I've been having them scrim and stuff like that. And I take it over to JP's and me and
we
JP
challenge,
scrim with, yeah, and we can spectate and we can like shoutcast this thing while our subs and teams of 6 are just going at it. And that is exciting to me. I mean, just as another, you know, kind of, you know, in-game kind of thing too.
For sure.
So anyways.
Cool, I cut you off. What were you going to say? Don't remember now? You had a question. I
Was it about Overwatch?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Co, was it? Was it about Overwatch? Because if it's not, we don't care.
Yeah, it's okay. Let us continue.
I mean, I think that's good. I think we gotta move on. But me and Ella are like in Overwatch. I think we're not alone in it. So the biggest thing I see a lot of people is just like constant complaining about not getting in. I mean, you shouldn't have hyped yourself up. Blizzard always does this with like every beta they've ever done ever. Like they're the most wanted beta invites of all time, and they always do this. So like people are actually genuinely fucking really upset this time around. It's like,
hold on, they always do what?
They always do the thing where it's like very selected, very small group of people in at the very beginning. Like they did it with Hearthstone. They did it with Heroes of Storm after that, and now they're doing it again with this. It's always been like that.
About that not getting in because
people were fucking rioting, dude, and they still are. Like rightfully so. Like it sucks that you can't get in and jump into this. We 100% understand, but at the same time, like Blizzard's never done it another way. Like they've never done differently. I think they're going to try to do stuff. I think. Haven't they said something like they're doing open weekends or some crap like that?
Yeah, they're doing like stress test weekends because you know any company that's coming out with a big game, they have to do that, right?
Yeah.
So they got to do some kind of stress test on the server. So they're letting everybody in for the weekend. But I keep telling people, if you guys want a good model, because everyone's like, when are they going to do more waves? When are they going to do this? When are they going to do that? I say, if you want a good guideline to follow, research how they handled Heroes of the Storm. Research how they handled Hearthstone. I don't think it's going to be far from that model. And I think that you're going to see more waves of people in at about the same pace as those games had people come back in, you know, allowed people in. But yeah, no, the salt was real, man.
Salt is real.
Oh God. I mean, the Overwatch Reddit, I was scared. Like I've been wanting to connect with the community, especially on Reddit, because those are the hardcore people. Sure. I was scared to post on there. Because it's like walking into the wrong neighborhood, man. It's like as soon as they find out you're a streamer and you have access, it's like, oh,
get the fuck. You actually play this game? We don't talk about playing the game on this subreddit. We just whine. That's what we do.
Oh God, man. I was scared. I'm like, I really have like content that I want to put out to them so they can see, but all it's gonna do is just make them like angry and cry.
I will
like,
say.
It's like a guy who got out of the poor neighborhood but comes back and he's wearing a nice suit.
Yeah.
You're wearing that suit now, huh? Makes you big man, huh?
I'm like Denzel Washington in Training Day, all right? Like I go back into the neighborhood and stuff and they're all giving me these looks like they allow me to walk through, you know?
Yeah. Like, the one thing I will say, the best part about that is they have made some fucking hilarious things on that subreddit. About not getting in. Like there's some really fucking funny videos. There's the meme of the Mexican talk show host where they put the subtitles in it. That's like one of my favorite memes of all time. That they've got a good one of that.
The guy laughing.
Yeah, the guy laughing constantly. Yeah, yeah. I think that's Mexican. I don't know what it is, but it's fucking hilarious. The one they did for Overwatch.
Zeke, you got to see the one with Vince McMahon.
Yeah,
he's watching. Oh God, there's like a play and like the music's playing, like it's showing like a play of the game, and then it goes to Vince McMahon. He's like this and stuff, and then like there's like it like goes back to the game, and then it goes to him like after another big play. He's like it's all like Vince McMahon.
It's really funny. They've done some great stuff over there. It's funny as shit to watch, but. Anyways, that's Overwatch. I'm sure me and Ellohime are going to be playing it.
Thank you for joining us for this preview of Fandom Overwatch Edition.
Pretty much, yeah. That was one rule is I can't do a fandom of a game that just launched because it doesn't make any sense, but I probably want to do one for Overwatch eventually.
Hey, quick question with a quick answer.
Sure.
Where is Destiny with you now?
Quick answer. The thing with that game is that you have to play it kind of daily or actively, and as a streamer who plays a lot of other things, it's rough to play. I have not touched it in about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. and I never actually did the raid. I think Zeke, you did the raid, right?
I did the raid.
Yeah,
yep,
Zeke actually did the raid. I never did it. I've seen it from start to finish on multiple streams.
Awesome. So that being said, Zeke, you want to tell us about the raid? How was it? Was it good?
Oh, the raid was fantastic. I went through it with people who had. How's my mic, by the way? It's
perfect. Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, good. I went through the raid with people obviously who had been through it several times, and just had a blast doing the. There's jumping puzzles within the raid that I asked them, and they told me, they said, you're gonna have to figure this out yourself. And I said, okay, that's fine. So I tried to figure out the raid. Jumping puzzles and stuff like that, and it was a lot of fun, like falling and dying over and over again, you know, and trying to, because they all like waited at the end of the puzzle while I was like rebooting and all this kind of stuff, and they were just sitting there watching me fall, trying to get the best cinematic view of me like missing some platform that disappeared. It's like, no, I'm gonna make it. No!
I think this is it right here, right? This platform.
Yes, this is it. This is one of them. Yep.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. To go through that and do the jumping puzzles. The actual bosses and enemies and how it's set up is really, really cool. I like that they kind of tweaked the raid that you cannot do it one person. Like the other two raids, there's a possibility of doing it one person, I think. I know the first one you could. Second one, maybe one or two people. But this one, you absolutely have to have a full squad of people. A full team of 6.
Fire team or whatever the fuck to call it. Yeah,
a full fire team to actually do the raid and stuff, because everybody has a role and everybody has a job to do during like certain sections and that kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun. Especially if you're in a squad of people that like are not like super serious about it, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
It's not what you play, it's who you play with that makes games fun for me.
Yeah. Exactly. That's very true with Overwatch as well.
But yeah, they let me figure this whole like flying thing out where like I'm like, do I get on that one? I'm coming. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. And I actually made that one.
Yeah, you made that one.
And then there's this one. And I was like,
this seems
shit,
fucking crazy.
I like the surprise.
What do I do? What do I do? Bah!
You know what's interesting to me about Destiny is Destiny was like the failed game, right? Like that's what the consensus was from the community when it first came out.
Oh,
was that like no, hold on,
Well,
hold on.
I think public. Well, it's in its.
What I'm saying, hold on. This is what I'm trying to make that point.
Yeah,
I'm trying to make that point is that the public reception, it seemed from the game, was that it wasn't that great. They had waited for it, and a lot of people played it, and they didn't like it. But the thing is that it's one of the only games that has maintained itself on the top 12 on Twitch since it's come out, and it has a huge following.
Yeah.
So it was kind of weird because at the beginning everyone was kind of like, "Oh, Destiny's fail, whatever, it's nothing, blah blah blah." But it's like it's so not true, man. There is so much hype and so many fans behind Destiny. It's absolutely insane.
It is.
You know, kind of interesting, Ello. You just pointed out something kind of because Destiny super hyped before, and then it came out, and a lot of people were like, "Yeah, this is really cool and pretty deep," but a lot of people wrote it off as kind of like Borderlands.
Yeah,
Overwatch,
and I think
Overwatch super hyped before it came out. There's a dedicated community that are playing it, but most people are writing it off as a TF2 clone.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't know. I guess there's a connection there somewhere. I don't know. I mean,
I think the connection is people like to make their own comparisons to things that have already been out because people just like to hate.
Well, people
Yeah.
want similarities. That's how you
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of times will compare things. So,
Yeah.
but that's a really good point with Destiny, and it's kind of interesting to see it kind of repeating with other stuff as well.
You know what I think?
Playing, and I honestly like the carrot at the end of the stick for me, for Destiny, is the people that are playing it. Like I can hop in and I have 20, 30 people that are online playing it that I can hop in a group or do some. Then this is the only game that I actually enjoy doing the PvP. Because I'm average at it, whereas usually I'm just the shit tier.
Yeah.
I'm average. I'm okay at doing the PvPs on this, and it's fun to get in a group and get into a TeamSpeak or Discord or whatever. And I think that's the reason why I keep coming back, because there's people I can play with. And that's probably why I didn't do any of the other group PvP, MOBA, or whatever you want to call them games, is because there's no community that I can just hop into or I feel comfortable hopping into. Whereas Destiny, I was there from the start, so and I liked it, and now I have people I can go with.
You know what I think it was, and I think it's a big part of it was, I think a lot of that flack that I got was from the PC community.
Probably, yeah, because they all want to play it. Like
because you
can't play it on PCs, yeah.
Because you can't play it on PC,
yeah.
And I mean that was a big deterrent for me. That's the only reason I didn't continue playing Destiny was because I didn't have the capture card set up and the splitter and everything that I do now, and I there was audio delays, and it was a huge bother to stream on my PC from my console at the time, and that's the only reason why I didn't continue with it. Yeah. And
over the controller, same reason, because it was console only. I could never get into Destiny.
Yeah, but if it was on PC, I think a lot of us would really love it. I think we'd be playing.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. I know I would. I was super excited about this game. I was following it for a long time, and I liked it when I played it. It was such a bother to mess with audio issues and all that shit that comes along with streaming from a console to a PC.
Dude, when I started on Twitch, the first game I ever played on Twitch was a game called Defiance. It actually started my career on Twitch. It was a first-person MMO style. You go around with buddies, blast things, get a bunch of loot, upgrade. It basically was an iteration of Destiny. It was like a pre-Destiny, except more of a little MMO format and more realistic in terms of like graphics and the story and such. But still, I mean, it's I would have loved to have Destiny on the PC. I kind of hope they release it one day.
I think everyone kind of hopes they release it one day.
Never be my main game. It's just something you can jump in with some friends and play and jump out and not have to worry about it. It's all plugged into your Steam list, so you can just jump in with people that are playing it. Click their name, join game, play for an hour, jump out. I love that kind of stuff. Yeah. So, yeah. Unfortunately, they still haven't even teased at a PC version.
No, they haven't. No, they have not. So I think everyone's going to keep waiting for that. But let's talk about Wasteland 2. You jumped into this. I know this because Wheat has told me to play it 1 billion times. And have you beaten it? Is it over?
No.
This game is long as fuck.
It is long as hell.
Wait, Wasteland 2?
Wasteland 2, yeah.
Wasteland 2. Wasteland 2 is awesome. It's a CRPG, very similar to like the old Fallout 1 and 2s. Really, really cool story. Lots of references. So many references. The more you look, the more you'll find.
Pop culture references or what?
Oh, all over the place. Pop culture references, other game references. There's an entire sect in the game of the 3-headed snake, led by a play on the name of the one of the owners of Razer, and their emblem is a Razer 3-headed snake. Like they have like their necklaces and everything. There's
was this a Kickstarter game?
Yes, it was Kickstarter. Okay. Yeah. But what's really cool is just a couple weeks ago, the director's cut was released. And if you owned Wasteland 2, then you'd get a copy of it. I think that's how it worked. Yeah. And it adds like a ton of voiceovers, tons of fixes, a whole bunch of new stuff. But yeah, it's been really cool, really long. A lot of content in that game.
How many hours you put in?
I think, in fact, I can tell you right now we're sitting at
on your Steam
22 hours.
Well, that's not too bad. Okay.
And I've been told that I'm about halfway through the game, and I've not been doing all the side stuff.
So I don't want to spend too much time on it. I finally finished Tales of Zestiria. That game was fucking long. Like it went on forever. How much time did you spend
on that one? Yeah, how was that game? I saw that, and then
I think I beat it right around 40 hours.
And it's not bad for one of those, actually.
It was a short by JRPG. It was a short game by JRPG standards, but like some of the shit they did, it's remnants of the old school JRPG area. It's like, all right, we're at the point in the story where you have to go do every side quest before you can progress forward. And I'm just like, are you fucking serious? Like,
yeah,
I really have to go to all these old zones and like collect this fucking item 20 more times till I can like get, and then like a lot of that shit was really frustrating. It was a grueling process.
Wait a minute, you're complaining about that in a JRPG?
Well, the thing is that I played a JRPG for 6 days in a row, like 7+ hours a day. And I think those games are not designed to be played in that frequency. Like it's supposed to be played over a longer portion of time rather than like 6 or 7 days, for me at least. And so like by the end of that, I was just like fucking just in this game. Like just get me out of this fucking game. And I was rushing because I wanted to play Halo 5 on Monday before it came out on Tuesday. And so I was rushing that one for that very reason. But at the end of the day, like for JRPG standards, it's pretty good. For general game standards, if you don't like JRPGs or you're not a huge JRPG fan, it's a pretty middling game. Like that's a hard sell for someone that's not into JRPGs normally. But I enjoyed my time with it. It was still fun.
Yeah, I can't get into them personally. It's
Yeah,
just,
no, I know a lot of people. It's a game that doesn't have. Yeah, it's a very niche game that like a lot of people left behind after like Final Fantasy 8 or 9.
Very true.
Yeah.
Or the ones down the line. Yeah.
8 and 9 was the last ones that I played, and I loved 8 to death. And then 9 was like, and then I played 10 a little bit, and yeah.
I got through 13 was the Xbox 360 one, right?
Yes,
I
and
think-
13 was
yeah.
fucking terrible. Like
That was the
fucking
last
real
one I
bad.
did, and I did the 100% thing on that one. So I was, I was kind of Final Fantasy'd out by the end of that one.
I think the 100% Tales of Zestiria, it's like I think it's like 200 plus hours is what people have guesstimated for that. So that's very JRPG-ish. But yeah, I like doing this in Tales because you could put glasses on people, like giant glasses that just look really stupid. There's also what was it?
That seems so
hold on.
great.
Let me. I got to go to the end of the game and show you something that I did for the end of the game that really pissed off some huge Tales of Zestiria fans. But spoilers. I can't. I got to make sure that it doesn't have like huge spoilers in whatever I'm showing it. So 1 second. In the game, those glasses are things that you could put on your characters. As like cosmetic items. They do nothing but change the appearance of the characters, and there's a billion of them. There's like backpacks and all this crazy shit. At a certain point in time, I got a cat that I put on my character, and it was fucking hilarious, but I can't find it just yet. Did I remove it eventually?
What do you mean, like on their shoulder?
It's supposed to. It's called a. What was it called? It's called a therapeutic cat, I think was the name of it. It's very Japanese. I'm trying to find a
they have like the comfort dogs, like for people who are like grief counseling dogs. Like they give you a dog. For
Was its name Luna, and where the sailor,
know? Now this cat is supposed to rest right on top of the player's head, right? The thing is, you can go in and take these cosmetic items and put them anywhere you want. You can make them pretty fucking large, and you can like manipulate them to do things like this, where if this fucking loads, but I think the Twitch VOD's just fucked up. Okay, so you can make the cat float above your head, and it looks like that.
and that's therapeutic? Yeah, that would frighten the shit out of me.
And so for the last like 4 hours of the game and like the pinnacle of the story, I have this giant fucking cat just running around my head, and it persists through cutscenes. So he's there the entire time.
Oh my god!
Like, look how fucking ridiculous
this is amazing. Okay, I can get behind therapeutic cat.
And that's so awesome. The other thing too is everyone would come into the stream and be like, "Why is there a cat on his head?" And so then my chat started trolling, and be like, there's no cat on the screen. What are you talking about? And so everyone just started trolling each other in the chat, just like, there's no cat on the screen, dude. What are you talking about? And then that person that just got trolled, someone would ask it again, and they'd be in there, be like, there's no cat on the screen. What are you talking about? And it just persisted throughout the last 3 or 4 hours of the game. It was awesome. It saved the game for me. It made it super fun.
It always surprises me how angry and serious people can be about the choices that you make in video games that like isn't what they would do. Like for instance, Life is Strange. I just finished up Life is Strange, and some of the, it's a choice game, right? And my biggest thing is I don't like, if I was watching somebody, I don't care whatever choice they make because that's their game, and whatever, and but like some choices when you're playing these games, if you don't play them the right way,
oh yeah, people get upset.
People just go nuts. And like having a cat on your head, that's fucking hilarious.
It is, yeah.
Like that's hilarious. Like I would just be laughing my ass off the whole stream. But like some people just get really like if you don't play that certain way. I do evil playthroughs all the time.
Yeah.
There's a legend in my channel. Not a legend, but an actual story of something that happened while I was playing through Mass Effect. I was playing a good guy throughout most of the thing, and then it's been out long enough, so spoiler alert, whatever. I let Samara die, which is a lot of people's like, right? I let Samara die, and I'm not kidding you. This started an actual rebellion in my channel. One of my mods took up arms against me and tried to usurp my channel from me.
Holy shit.
And there was like, I have those emotes, the axes and hammers and stuff. And people were saying like, Samara forever. And it's like, Samara must die. And like, they were like, the chat was just going.
Like a battle in the middle of your chat.
What the hell?
Like one of my mods, Booby Dooby, it was the Booby Rebellion. Because he was like, what the fuck are you doing? How dare you?
You should definitely date and mirror that.
People were just going back and forth. It was hilarious because of one choice I made in a video game.
Oh, no.
Jesus.
Zeke, the same thing happened to me at the end of Life is Strange. You come down to a big choice at the end. No
okay.
surprises
I was
there.
like, please
No
do not spoil
surprises
that.
there. No, I'm not going to. No,
I got you.
Spoiler friendly. Big surprise. You come down to a big choice at the end. The game's all about making choices. And there is no right answer. In fact, I would say if you're going to stream Life is Strange, when you come down to the end, there's no way to get out of that unscathed at all. Because half of the people are going to hate you and half of the people are going to love you based on what you chose. No matter what. It doesn't matter. There's no way to win. And man, it was insane. I went back and never do this, but just out of curiosity, I went back and looked at my unfollows. For that hour, I looked at my data for that, and I almost never do that because it's like a useless stat, right?
Right.
Just out of curiosity, just to see. And man, I had a little spike right where that hour was.
Jesus Christ.
About 150. About 150 unfollows.
Holy shit.
Jesus, man.
And that spike.
That's not a little spike.
That's kind of crazy, dude.
Yeah, I think overall, I 250 people followed that day, and I had like a surplus of 100 follows for Life is Strange.
Wow.
But at the end of it, 150 people unfollowed, and it's like,
that's kind of crazy.
I'm glad that those people are gone, because eventually they're gonna leave anyways, right? But
I'm pretty sure that happened during. I played through Halo 5 when it came out, or the day before it came out last Monday, and there's a portion in that game that on Legendary was really, 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 really fucking hard, and we wiped on it for like an hour, and I'm pretty sure the viewers, like, I had to go sub mode, and I had to be like, chat, shut the fuck up for a second, let me just deal with this. Like, I gotta get through. Just give me we're gonna do this, chat, but I can't have you fucking badgering me the entire time. And I'm pretty sure like the follower count had a huge plummet like that as well, because it was just difficult.
Dawn. Yeah, I just did Until Dawn too, like right before Life is Strange, and that was another thing. Like there was one choice in that, and I went back and looked, and it was like, boop, right there, that little like however many unfollows.
Yeah, I'm
like, man, but Until
Until Dawn, I had a couple of.
I still haven't played through that. I want to though.
Outraged.
Oh my God, JP.
I've watched 8 or 9 playthroughs. I've probably seen everything in the game so far, but
that's sad because there's the worst thing about Until Dawn is that you can only play it through the first time once.
Okay,
that's my biggest criticism of that game, because that game is an incredibly fun game. I think it's one of the best games this year, hands down. It's awesome.
Agreed.
Oh yeah.
I know a lot of people love that game, for sure.
I thought it was pretty fun.
It was different. It was somebody. It looked good.
It was a Telltale game.
Yeah. It was a Telltale game, but you know what? I think it was like Telltale Games like 2.0.
It was the next level of Telltale Games for sure.
Yes, and I like to see that progression.
Was really impressive.
It was like the next step. It was like it's like Telltale Games, that's cool, but sometimes it can always feel like your choices. It doesn't really matter at the end, it doesn't matter what you choose. But like in this game, it was like I'm seeing the progression, like, oh, this is next. And then I'm thinking, like, what's after this, man? How many freaking death animations are there in that game?
Yeah, there's got to be a lot.
You can go on YouTube and you can look up all death animations, and they're not all there. In any compilation, they're not all there. Because you have to account for every time you don't hit X on whatever section that the monster can get you at. And like and to replay it, you have to go back to the beginning of the chapter and do the whole chapter over again just to die at that point. So like nobody has the whole like compilation. If there is one, please send it to me, because I've been looking for one, but I couldn't find it. But anyways, it was exciting to me just because I want to see what happens next. Like these games are going to start getting even more and more and more in depth, and it's
going to be crazy. You saw that they announced at PlayStation Paris Game Festival was the name. They announced a VR Until Dawn with the Morpheus thing on PS4.
Really?
Yeah. And that's something they're working on. I forgot the name of it. It's like I'm not going to try to make something up. I forgot what it was, but it was on there.
Not to be ironic, but I am scared shitless of the idea of playing a
VR
scary
game horror. Oh no, I'll never do that. I'm never going to do that. 100%. That'll never happen on my stream. I will never play it.
I want people to see me doing that, because I'm going to be sitting there like Just they're gonna see me with my little helmet on, just freaking out like a little girl in an empty room.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to broadcast
No,
that.
that is legitimately one of the fucking most terrifying things you can do. 100%.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm in.
I'm gonna do it. Yeah,
People,
exactly.
people
Zeke,
will
I'm in.
actually
I'm
have
gonna-
heart attacks playing horror VR games. I guarantee
Oh,
you.
they're gonna be fun. Don't get me wrong; they're gonna be amazing. They're gonna be next level.
Yeah.
Especially just imagine when they start like nailing the 3D sound in there with the and they're already talking about getting vests that have little motors in them for vibration stuff. So you see something reach out and touch you, and all of a sudden it starts vibrating there on
Yeah.
you.
Stop talking, Co. Just stop talking.
No, they're already doing that. I've already heard a bunch of people do
Oh
that.
God, man.
This is completely off topic, but it was Halloween 3 days ago. Did you guys see that haunted house that's in I don't know where, maybe Houston, where it's like an 8-hour haunted house and you actually get like kidnapped and people get like beat up and bruised and like tortured in this shit and you have to sign this crazy waiver. I think it's called the McKinney Haunted House or something. It is fucking, and they like make people eat cockroaches and maggots, and they like actually put you in a fucking cage.
Okay, this is not a haunted house. You
No,
need to
this
take
is a haunted house
word
that
out of
that
the
people
equation.
can do.
This is like
It is
kidnap, borderline.
it is
snuff film stuff.
fucking
Like,
absurd. I saw this
Dude,
thing on
sounds
like
awesome.
Sunday, and I was like, "What?"
wait,
and-
Zeke, what did you just say?
That sounds awesome.
See,
Sounds fucking
here's the thing,
fantastic.
Co, is that they're actually booked a year in advance for
be-
everything they do.
To be legit scared at a haunted house, I would pay money for that.
there are some
27,000
people-
person wait list is what someone's saying in chat.
They are there are some people out there that absolutely want to push themselves to the limit, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that just like somebody would skydive and get that adrenaline rush, I can see somebody wanting to have somebody really scare the shit out. Not like walk through and somebody jumps out a cheap jump scare. I'm talking like the full experience. I can see people being behind that.
But
I'm
I
not gonna show.
personally
I'm
am
not gonna show this
that
on
person.
Twitch, but just look what I posted in chat. It's the McCamey Manor.
Oh.
This
So,
might be
but how
something
could you-
different.
like, how could you, if you're okay? I kind of see what you're saying there with the horror aspect, but like, how could you sign up if you signed up for something like that? You're immediately expecting it. So at that point, you're just liking getting hurt and being forced to eat.
Yeah,
shit.
maybe you're into
Like,
that
that's
shit.
not that's not really a horror aspect. You know, it's like, oh, I'm getting kidnapped. Awesome. Oh, I'm in a car trunk. I better tweet this. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
I don't.
So you're saying because you understand that no, at the end of the day you're gonna walk out just fine, that the horror element of it
Yeah,
can't
it's all it's
can't
like,
be there. I can get that point. Yeah, I can get behind that. I
Now,
think
what
yeah.
would be interesting is if you signed up for that thing and it was any time in the next 2 years.
No. So listen to this. There's a thing
like-
that this is topical to games. I can bring this. I can do fucking some 7 degrees of video games here. At New York Comic Con, Wheat told me that he was talking with Richard Garriott about he did what's
Online.
it called? Do what? Yeah.
Yeah, the Ultimate Online type of the roster.
Yeah. Richard Garriott, they were talking about the Sleep No More thing in New York that Wheatwind did, which is another horror aspect. And Richard Garriott was telling them of this, it's more of a service that you sign up for. And if you've seen the movie The Game, it is a real life with Michael Douglas. It is a real life The Game where you sign up and sometime in the next week, at any moment of the day,
Okay.
someone will come and kidnap you, put you in the back of a van, take you to some like abandoned warehouse and torture you. And then you get let go after like a day or two. People
Okay.
actually are
Yeah,
this fucking
okay.
sick.
what what happens when you sign up for this shit and then you get actually kidnapped that
That's
week?
what I
and you're
said.
like, yeah, and you're like, and
You're
you're
going
like-
along with it, and
you're
they're like torturing you, like, "Ah."
everything's gonna be fine. They're like, we're gonna ask for money and ransom and all that
Yeah.
shit. And it's like, it's
Oh,
a
yeah,
serious
take
thing.
my
and
money,
it's like,
man.
whatever, man, not a big deal. It's just,
Yeah.
it's all a game, you know. Oh,
Yeah.
Michael Douglas, you kidder, you know, like,
Yeah.
Oh, you pulled one of my teeth out, you joker.
you joker. Oh man, this is
Actually
real.
hurts.
And you're like giving him the thumbs up. You're like, without your with your missing tooth, you're bleeding. You're like, yeah, you're really bringing
Yeah.
it on.
He told me about that. I'm just like, I would never. There is nothing you can get me to do to be like, yeah, I want to be fucking kidnapped in a van on the side of a street at any time during the day because that's fun. Like I'll enjoy that.
It's
shit.
kind of interesting because you would think
listen,
for your life to be to a point where that's the next.
That's the adrenaline
You must
rush.
have lived a pretty crazy life up
sure,
to that point. You
for
know what I
sure.
mean? Like if that's your next adrenaline target,
You know what? I don't think it's adrenaline, man.
You don't think you think it's more?
what do you think it is?
It's the same reason. Like, follow me here. It's the same reason people go camping. Like people look at camping and go like, you have a fucking house with running water.
Right.
Why the fuck would you find enjoyment shitting outside with bugs and snakes and you know, mosquitoes and shit like that? Why would you find enjoyment in that? It's just a different part of your brain that's being stimulated.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I get that for sure. I'm just not one of those people that wants that part of my brain stimulated at any time.
So not more, just different.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess I should use this time to talk about Halo 5 because I don't know when after this I'll talk about it. But we played through the Halo 5 campaign. It was apparently it's super short if you play it on like Babby difficulty. Like someone was saying like 6 hours for the main camp. It took us 12 for Legendary. It actually was reminiscent of like the Halo 2 days of fucking Halo Legendary where you pop around a corner and instantly get sniped. That happened about 700 billion times and it was really fucking hard. But I really enjoyed Halo 5. The only thing that sucks is that Overwatch came out the next day, so I couldn't play that much multiplayer. I'm going to have to go back and revisit it. But most of the people that I know that are playing multiplayer are really enjoying it. They have dedicated servers this time around, so there's no like host bullshit that you have to deal with. That was like, for me, as someone who took it semi-competitive, was a huge plague for the entire Halo 2 and 3 time. Because everyone was like, oh, that guy is host. Of course he's going to have a better BR than you, et cetera, et cetera. So it's cool, though. I super enjoyed it. I didn't play through it with this, but I ended up getting this.
4.5 hours?
For the main story is what people were saying, yeah, on the easiest difficulty. And I don't know how that's true because it took us 12 on Legendary. So I guess if you don't wipe, you can go through it. Oh, yeah. Tons. Like, we wiped on certain parts for an hour. Like, the same part.
How was the story?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. Like where are we even at anymore? Like,
I mean, I could talk about it, but it's very...
I know.
It's very back-ended.
Okay, was it good, or did it feel tacked on?
I thought it was good, but I'm easy to please because a lot of people were somewhat upset with it.
Well, you do like Overwatch.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. A lot of people were a little bit upset with it. I thought it was great. I thought, in terms of like the Halo franchise, the cutscenes in Halo 5 were far, far better than any other entry in the series. Like, nice.
They looked good. I watched my brother actually playing, and Nathan Fillion is in there.
Oh yeah, Nathan Fillion's in there. They've got an amazing voice actor list for all the different characters.
So how was that? They kind of advertised a lot of big.
I thought it was great. I thought it was awesome. Yeah. I loved Nathan Fillion was awesome. They had I can't remember, Laura Bailey was one of the people you could play as, was awesome. There's a cutscene. This is actually now taken. A cutscene in this game has taken the top spot from Halo at the end of Halo 2, where Master Chief is like flying towards Earth or whatever, and he says, "I got to finish the fight," and that leads into Halo 3. That used to be my favorite cutscene. There's a cutscene in this one where Master Chief goes like hand-to-hand combat with someone else in the game, and it's fucking amazing. Like I was actually like one of the dude bros, super fucking pumped because Master Chief just started like beating someone's ass, and he gets his visor cracked, and then he's like, "Oh, the fuck, you didn't just do that," and then he wrecks him. It was great. I love that.
That's
shit.
Awesome.
I want to just see that cutscene now. I lost interest in the Halo, and you know, if you're Halo fans out there, I really apologize. This is just my opinion, but I just lost interest in the whole Halo story after I don't know,
long-winded
3 or 4 or whatever. And then was it Reach or 4 where like the ending was just like a button press, like 2 buttons.
That was Halo 4. That was Halo 4. Yeah.
I'm like, that was the last one I played, and I'm like, okay, I'm fucking done, man. And like this is god damn, man.
This is really weird too, because at the end of Halo 4, and this is not a spoiler, the last level the entire game up to that is very linear. It's very like Halo. Like, go to this point, kill these guys, click this button, move on to the next thing. At the end, it comes this weird thing where there's 4 spots on the map, and you can do them in any order. And it's not linear at all. And I wondered why that was there at the very end and not more in like the main part of the story. It was very interesting to see that. And I think that might have been my favorite mission in the game as well, just with how that was structured.
It hurts to say that because like I like Halo I consider to be one of my all-time favorite games. I used to make money off of Halo going around colleges and playing people and stuff like that. And it was, if I was ever going to be competitive about something, it was probably going to be Halo. And
Halo 1?
Halo 1, yeah.
Oh,
Back
yeah,
when we
Halo 1
used to
was
LAN party with my friends. You know, Bruce Lee. We used to LAN party. That's how we got reconnected and stuff. Yeah, this was all back when I was like 16, 15, something like that. And I played quite a bit of it, and I was pretty decent at it. And I don't know. It hurts to say that, but like the Halo franchise, just I don't know, just has gone. It's just
I don't think you're alone in that. I think a lot of people were in the same situation as you were. I feel like Halo 5 for my interest. Maybe it's because I just played all of the other Halo games like a week or two before this, but I thought it was great. I don't really have any flaws in the campaign. I loved every second of it, and I also enjoy the legendary try-hardness that you have to actually do to progress, because it was really fucking difficult.
Well, that makes me happy. I watched my brother play it for a little bit, so like it looked good, and I kind of went like, I don't want to get burned again. You know, it's like that ex-girlfriend, you know, that pops up every now and then, and you're like, I know this isn't good for me. Like, I know that this is gonna hurt me in the end, you know, but you're just like, oh, okay, let's try it again, you know?
Yeah.
What Halo is for me right now.
I got you. The other thing too that I got that I was not the controller launched on Tuesday, and we played through the campaign on Monday, so I haven't spent that much time with it yet. But if you guys remember back at E3, Microsoft announced their Elite controller, which is $150.
Oh yeah.
I got one, and I gotta say, maybe it's just me verifying the fact that I spent $150 on this. I fucking love this controller, man.
Can you get them now?
I have been told, my friend was talking to me this morning about it. He says they are sold out everywhere. I don't know how true that is. I have not looked. I got mine from Best Buy very last minute. I know Amazon was sold out when I looked, which was like 4 days or 5 days before Halo came out. But I absolutely love this controller. Best Buy? I ordered it on bestbuy.com is where I got them.
Okay. They're not in stores yet?
What was the exact
they should be.
name of it again?
Okay.
It's the Xbox.
The Microsoft Xbox Elite controller, I think, is what it is.
That's what it is, Elite.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. It still does take batteries. It just takes batteries like where they always go on the Xbox controller.
Dude,
but
what
it
do you
feels
think
solid.
But it charges though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, there's no charge. It's only batteries. There's no charge kit for it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. What were we gonna say?
And it was and it was how much?
It's $150.
Is it worth it?
I haven't played enough to justifiably say that, but just holding it in my hands right now, yes, it feels fucking amazing.
Hold on. If you go to Amazon right now and look for the Elite controller, the only ones available are used and new. There's 8 of them, and they're $299 a piece.
People are charging up for them. They're fucking wrecking.
This is like Amazon sanctioned scalping.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
For $150, that thing better, like, I don't know.
So
take me to bed.
JP, what I was gonna say is, what do you think about that little dish dealie? Bottom left.
These buttons, I took them off right here, but you're talking about these things.
The little satellite dish guy. They were making fun of it at
first.
first.
Oh, you're talking about this. So this is one of their removable D-pads. This is the normal D-pad. I don't know. Well, that's showing up on camera, but you could just like pop it off, like so, and then you just put the little dish on it like this. It's all magnetized and that, right? That's what you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's...
Haven't used enough to say. It feels all right. I put the other one on it just because that's what I'm used to. I'm trying to think. I might play Fallout 4 with this controller just to test it out, because I haven't put in a lot of use yet. But I like it so far. Like it feels like the weight to the controller feels like it's a $150 controller. Like all the components inside seem very solid.
How about this? Do you like it enough to try Overwatch with it?
I thought about plugging it in and playing Tracer, because I've heard that a lot of Overwatch players were cheesing it because and they patched this, but when it first launched, the controller had aim assist, and it was like really, really good aim assist on PC. And so a lot of players were using it because it was so fucking strong, and they were playing certain characters with it. But I have not used it yet.
If you get some time, and if you don't mind, I would really like your opinion on that. Like I really want to know what it's like to play the game with a controller, and I would love to get that opinion from somebody with like that nice new $150.
Well, and here's the other thing: people like won't scoff when they see a $150 keyboard.
Yeah, exactly.
More. Yeah.
The like, mechanical keyboards are expensive as fuck.
Controller, how dare you? But if it's fucking durable and it does what it's supposed, and it's like responsive and amazing, and it lasts you forever because you can pop out the things and pop the new thumbsticks.
If you can customize it,
okay.
Yeah, I mean,
guys,
these are all the
that comparison
customizable
is not
things right there.
necessarily a really great comparison. A keyboard and the amount of buttons and the amount of sophistication that goes into a keyboard.
Time out though.
It's still a peripheral
in which you control your game.
It's very
identical.
comparable, I think.
Like it is literally the same thing. They're both interfaces.
I'm sorry. I do a lot more with my keyboard than I do with my controller. Sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I mean that's true.
You want to know what I fucking hate? When I go on Xbox and they want me to type stuff in with my controller. You want to know how long that takes? All right.
Bullshit
so
for
don't
sure.
tell me that a controller and a keyboard are comparable because they're not. Because one is
bullshit for sure.
Well, I just mean that if we're gonna have the ability to pay top dollar for really good components that we game with, why shouldn't controller users have that exact same?
You're right. And
to have a top dollar, really well made version of their preferred controller implement.
Because I felt like the controller did its job to begin with. I don't know. And there's maybe my ignorance or whatever, but like I've never felt like I needed a shit ton more out of my controller. Like my controller always felt like my controller, and I always felt good about it when I played console. Like I don't know. There probably is ways to make it better, but that's why I'm skeptical, because I haven't seen something that justifies $150 like in a controller where I'm just like, yeah.
Have you ever used one?
Asking JP, huh?
Yeah, like have you ever used
that's
like
exactly the thing. I haven't used it at all.
See,
so
I've
that's why I'm
always
asking.
used, like before this, I used the MLG Mad Catz controller, which I had for 7 years, which I think was $100. And I used it for a very long time, and I swore by that controller. The only reason I stopped using it is because after 7 years, like 3 weeks ago, it finally died. Like it just stopped working. But I used that on PC. I used it on Xbox. I would have used it on PS4, but I couldn't. And now having this, it's got a USB connection. I can use it on the PC. Like this is now my go-to controller, 100%. But the thing is, I haven't spent enough time with it to like have a case study and be like, yeah, at this point it was really good. But it feels like these are the heightened thumbsticks on it. So I'll show you a comparison. Let me just get the other ones.
Yeah, that's why I was asking, because I mean I buy a $50 controller or whatever, and it works just fine. I've never had a problem with them. I mean, after maybe like several years of using it, the analog sticks can get a little loose, you know.
So
but
the one on the left, I don't know if that's coming through. Yeah, it is. The one on the left is the normal like Xbox One, and then this is the raised version, so it's a lot higher. And you're supposed to have, they say, and there's no proof to this yet, they say that you have a better range of motion with that compared to the smaller nub, where like that is very small, but that is that's a higher impact because it's just it's taller.
It's almost like higher DPI in a mouse.
Well, it's because it's a lever.
It's raised, yeah, exactly.
Like you get you get more leverage if the lever's longer.
Yeah, exactly. So that's cool. And I also like the fact that the colors don't, and this is really fucking minuscule, but the buttons don't have the shitty Xbox colors. They're all black. Like there's no like blue, red, yellow, and green buttons that you have on most of the other controllers. But that's totally cosmetic.
yeah.
But I want to spend a lot of time with it, and maybe I'll just piss people off and play Fallout 4 with a controller.
If you could just kind of, you know, whenever you feel comfortable, just let me know what you think about it after some time using it.
Yeah,
I would really appreciate it, because I don't go into the controller thing. So maybe I'm ignorant, and maybe I need to learn. And especially with Steam controller coming out, you know, something.
Yeah, got one of those. Have you used that at all anymore, Cohh?
Not yet.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to talk about that once we both get some time.
Well, yeah, let's
try. Great game. Oh,
go ahead, Steve. No, please.
Fallout would be a great game to play with a controller because of the VAT system.
No, right? I as someone who's not a huge Fallout fanboy, it seems like the type of game where I would want to sit on a couch with a controller and play, rather than like use a keyboard and mouse for that.
Okay, Cohh, tell me why.
Yeah, I don't know why that's wrong, but everyone will tell me that's wrong.
Are better with a controller or with keyboard and mouse.
Well,
it's this one you can stop time.
With the Fallout in general is generally a lot easier to play with a keyboard and mouse, and a lot of the things that have kind of made people with the Fallout not like controllers so much is, as you move through the Fallouts, it becomes more and more angled towards controllers and less mouse and keyboard. There's no question it's like easier to access all the different windows and stuff with a keyboard and mouse and stuff. At the end of the day, it's preference. It's just a big preference thing, you know. And since Fallout 3, controllers have honestly been fine, you know, for it. But it's just mostly a lot of the more diehard Fallout fans have been pretty frustrated that the franchise has become more controller centric. So they kind of like controller bad, you know, and
gotcha.
Understandably, because they have made there's some UI changes especially in 3, that are much less intuitive for keyboard and mouse. They're clearly designed for for controllers. So it's always been a sore issue with diehards.
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
playing Fallout 3 with keyboard mouse.
Yeah.
I'm doing it all the way. I'm just saying.
In fact, I might actually play Need for Speed tonight. I want to see.
Oh, the new one.
Yeah.
Wait, it's already out?
It comes out tomorrow.
Cool.
But I think they're gonna have like a midnight release for it. Historically, though, Need for Speed on the PC has actually been like fucking almost unplayable levels for me. So we'll see. I remember not Need for Speed Rivals, the one before that. If you used maybe that was it. If you used multiple monitors, it would actually not boot. You could not use multiple monitors.
About that, man.
And so for the longest time, they never fixed it for like 2 years. 2 years later, they finally fixed it. When the game is like, no one in the fucking world is playing this game, they finally fixed it. So I hope that's not the case tonight, because I am going to have to buy it on Origin, and there's no refund system on Origin. So
good luck.
We'll see. We'll see. Ko, you've been playing some other games. You finished Resident Evil 4, right?
Yes. Got through
We wanted
Resident
to
Evil
talk
1,
to-
2, 3,
yeah.
Code Veronica, and 4.
4 was like the big one. What'd you think?
Awesome. 4 was awesome. I was really blown away by it. I love the new interface system. I love the fact that they completely redid the controls and kind of atmosphere of how the player interacts with the game world, but it was still really good. Lots of availability for like exploring and kind of taking your time, and it was really, really cool. I kind of was concerned because so many people were like, yeah, Fallout 4 is the best, you're really gonna like it. And I was like, but I really like 2, and you know, I don't know if I felt people were overhyping it. But then I played it, and I was really pleasantly surprised with how much I liked it.
Is this the PC version?
Yes, the PC.
God, it looks really good.
Version. It looked great. It looked really good.
Is this 1080p, or do they have 4K textures, or like what?
I
what
was
are the
only
options?
1080.
Okay.
Yeah, I stopped at 1080.
That looks pretty good.
So that was really cool.
How long did it take you to finish that?
So longer than I thought, man. I think it was like almost 18-hour game. Did I say Fallout 4? No, okay, good. No, but yeah, it was about an 18-hour game, a lot more content than I was expecting. You could fit like 2 of the previous Resident Evils into this game in terms of just like overall amount. There were 3 different streams that I started with. Okay, guys, I think this is going to be our last Resident Evil 4 stream, so we're going to wrap it up today. And then I get to the end and be like, oh, so we didn't finish. Okay, well, we'll play it tomorrow. 3 streams in a row. Because it like there was just so much more. I knew it just kept going and going. But
Yeah.
it was really cool. It was a lot of fun.
And then you jumped into the Uncharted series, right? You're playing that this week?
Starting 2 days ago,
So-
we started the Uncharted franchise playthrough.
I'm going to ask the correct question here. How bad did you hate Uncharted 1?
Liked it.
Because everyone that plays Uncharted 1 thinks that game is dog shit. And then I'm like, just play Uncharted 2 and you're going to love it. Uncharted 1 comes from an age where they just fucking threw mobs at you for days, and it was the most frustrating thing outside of the story of the game is great, but the actual gameplay is fucking terrible. Uncharted 1 is a bad game in that sense, in my opinion.
I will say towards the end of the game, there were a few distinct areas that I started getting rather salty.
You just get a billion mobs thrown at you. Wave out. It's like playing Horde mode. It's legitimately playing Horde mode.
And the very not to spoil, but I mean it's not really something to spoil. But the very last part of the game with that dude with the instant kill shot,
is that the boss?
It took me an embarrassingly long amount of time to discern his pattern.
Yeah.
So there was like a good 10-minute period where I was just instantly getting killed, not really understanding why, and just raging and talking about how stupid this game was. And man, I hate that mechanic, and just total salt everywhere.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I loved it. I thought the characters were fantastic. And it was really cool. I start 2 tomorrow. So
Yeah.
I'm really everyone's told me 2 is awesome.
2 is one of the best PS3 games PS3 games for sure. Just an amazing fucking game.
So
And
I'm
HD release
actually
is great.
really looking forward to that.
I don't know anything about it, and I've always wanted to make a playthrough. I know, I want to. I definitely want to. It's just so much is coming out. Probably not going to get into it until
the
forever.
Uncharted collection. Yeah,
It's 60 FPS. Everything has been done. It's all in one nice little package. You throw it on your PS4. It's really cool.
I think I actually do have a code for that, and I think I do own that.
Easily finish the first one in one sitting.
Yep.
If you're ever just looking for a game to throw on and stream, it took me like 7 hours.
Yeah,
And I think
they're
all
7 to
like
9 hour
between 7
games.
and 10. So,
Are you playing hardest difficulty? Because I remember playing this game hardest difficulty, and it was a fucking night. Like it was,
dude.
Maybe that's why I have such bad memories of it.
Probably because I started on hardest difficulty and I played through the first area, and there like 2 times in a row I would glance at chat and like be talking to them, and then I would just instantly be dead.
Yeah.
And that happened enough times where I looked at the screen and I was like, all right, chat, it's time to have a heart to heart. I was like, if I keep it on this difficulty, I'm becoming genuinely concerned about finishing these before November 8th, which is when we're starting our New Vegas finishing up before Fallout 4. So I made the decision, due to time, I'm playing them on normal. But there is no question, like difficulty was like I did the whole Call of Duty thing back in the day on the hardest difficulties, where it was just like, you know, realistic almost, like Call of Duty 4 style.
Yeah. You
would walk around a corner, and if you weren't in cover, you're dead. 2 shots, boom, boom, you're dead. And that's happened.
That's how I remember. That's
over.
And the checkpointing was also really bad, if I remember, in Uncharted 1.
Towards the end, it's really, at the beginning it's good, and then it's like they just stop caring towards the end.
Yeah. Uncharted 2 though,
putting checkpoints in, and it's like,
Uncharted 2 is fucking amazing. Like the train sequence in Uncharted 2, for me, one of the best sequences of the PS3 era. Like, and when you see it, you're probably not going to have the impact that it had on me back when I played it today, because so much other shit has happened. But when it came out, I was just like, this is fucking unreal. Yeah, I don't know what Cohh was doing there. But
no, I'm in Zeke's box.
By a little
territory. It's mine now, boy.
I have a little side tidbit thing. Oh, you guys
put your arm out.
No, I fixed it.
I think
no one can touch hands.
Can I? Can I like touch? Oh my gosh, I can almost like pet Zeke's head.
If Zeke moved his head over,
other way.
Yeah.
There we go.
Good. There you go.
There we go. Yeah.
Remember, everyone, there's no accidents, just opportunities.
Happy little accidents.
Yeah, there's a happy little cheetah.
Can we talk about Bob? Well, go ahead. Let's talk about Bob Ross after.
I was real quick. Before we do that, Cohh, I just want to throw this out there. That you actually inspired me, my friend. I don't think I've ever told you this until we were just talking about difficulty and stuff. And I want to say it here for the first time ever. I have always played games in normal.
Mm-hmm.
Always. I've never felt like I needed to push myself or anything like that. I've always just had fun with normal until I started watching your stream and you started playing. You play like everything almost in like the hardest difficulty. And I'm like, man, why don't I do that? Because I'm at a point in gaming where I'm like, 20 plus years in gaming. Why am I not playing at the hardest difficulty? I can handle this shit. And I actually have, since I started streaming, probably like the last year and a half, started playing games in the hardest difficulty. And I have had so much more fun with some of them. Some of them I'm like, but most of them I'm like, yeah, like, I don't know. It's just something dumb that I just never thought about. And then I saw you do it. And I've been attempting hard mode runs on almost everything ever since. And I appreciate that. So
that
thanks,
is
man.
awesome. I gotta say, man, there's nothing like slogging away at an encounter or a part of a game for like 15-20 minutes, and then you get that one little thing you need to beat it. It looks fucking awesome. It's next level.
You're right. And I have you to thank for that, because I would have just stayed in my casual normal self for the long
I will say,
I do hardest difficulty only because I am susceptible to badgering.
That's what I was about to say. That's one thing I really don't like about Twitch chat, is they're always just like, oh, you're not playing on the hardest difficulty? Gotta go. I'm going to another stream. It's like, what? What is it about people watching the hard? Like, I'll lie and just be like, yeah, it's hardest difficulty. Of course it is.
They want to see you suffer, JP.
Because
is it though?
If you're not dying constantly, they don't have any chance to tell you how to do it.
Boom.
Duh.
Like eating a ghost pepper. They're like, that's not the hottest pepper.
Yeah, exactly.
You eat 2 of them.
Like, you gotta eat Carolina Reaper.
And you did,
it's not even as hot.
Yeah.
Wait a second. I just realized that actually did happen.
Water lava.
Yeah.
Dude,
no, that happened to Zeke.
Pepper, and then they badgered you to eat another pepper.
Yeah, and then Zeke. Yeah, exactly.
You were sitting there like, I'll eat another one if you guys want me to.
I feel like every streamer is susceptible to that. I feel like everyone's in it. The thing on like, oh, he's not playing on hardest difficulty. Fuck this guy, I'm out. Like, that drives me fucking insane. I cannot stand that. I cannot stand that at all.
Have you handled in the Overwatch backseaters?
I literally just say, chat, you don't have the game, shut the fuck up. Like, that's
like,
I just say that.
at one point they were like, it got really bad.
Yeah.
It got really bad.
Dude, it gets really bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it got really bad. They were all backseating, and I was just like, all right. And they were fucking with me. They knew it. They were just trolling the shit out of me at that point. I'm like, oh, you like to troll chat, huh?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I should really, how long have you guys had in the game?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh wait, you don't. Oh, and I'm like, oh my god. Then they start going nuts.
Yeah. No, me and Summit do that shit as well. Because
that is such a sore subject for some people.
It really is.
There are people that are like, that's like drawing a line in the sand, making fun of the fact that they're not in the Overwatch.
Yeah. Well, it comes to a point where they're badgering us.
Bro. But my thing is that if Twitch chat, and it's not all of Twitch chat, obviously, it's a vocal minority, whatever.
Of course.
If they're willing to, and the people know who we're talking to. If you're not talking shit, then we're not talking to you. But if you're willing to, my life has always been, if you're willing to put it out there, you're gonna play the game, then you got to take it too.
Exactly.
You're gonna give it to me. I'm gonna give it right back. That's and especially in that, but here's what killed me the other day, JP, or early this morning. It's like people jumping in and they're like, hey, that, McCree can throw a stun and that when you roll, it reloads your weapon. And I'm like, I've been playing 60 plus hours of this shit. I'm like, yeah. Did you guys know that if you left click, it shoots your gun? Like, whoa.
Dude, the best thing.
Man, for the tip. It's like they're trying to help and I'm such an asshole about it, but I'm like, yeah, I fucking get it. Yeah, I know. I understand the mechanics of the game. That's what gets to me when
day 1 or 2 was the best, and we're gonna get it right off the topic of this last thing. Day 1 or 2 was the best because me and Summit would troll I think like he had 30,000 plus watching. I think the 6 of us as a crew had like 60 or 70,000 people on all our streams, and we would all say like only streamers and mods of the streamers got in because we were playing with one of his mods, and that's what the chat was saying is like they only allowed streamers in. So that was like the running joke, and like people were so fucking pissed every time we mentioned that because we would be super sarcastic about the entire thing. It was one of the best things ever because they get so upset, and we would just nonstop trolling back and forth.
Like out in the community, there was a serious idea that streamers had all been given access. Like I had people asking me during me streaming it. Someone earlier today in chat was like, "Are you guys going to address the fact that only streamers got into Overwatch?"
Oh yeah.
Dude, it was a friends and family. It was handpicked by Blizzard. It's like, of course they're going to pick some people to put their game up, but like they couldn't. Yeah.
Not only that, but it wasn't just, people got in that had nothing to do with friends and family.
Yeah, they did.
And the thing is that when you have a list of 2,000 friends and family and 1,000 get in, and then you have a list of, 500,000 plus, I'm being conservative, amount of beta, applications, even if you grabbed half of one and times 10 of the other, it's still going to seem like the streamers all got keys.
And to be honest, not everyone got in. Like Soda Poppin' didn't get in.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
And apparently he's still
not in. And if you want to watch a really
video about it,
if you want to go watch a really funny video that he probably shouldn't have made, go watch Soda Poppin's video about it because he goes off on people and it was pretty funny.
Dude, there was a lot of hate because apparently on the very first day of Overwatch, I don't remember who said it, but I remember someone specifically being like, "Oh, awesome! Someone's streaming Overwatch to 7 people."
Yeah, and I was that was Soda Poppin's tweet.
That just could have been a friend or family that got the key.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
that doesn't mean anything.
Soda Poppin's tweet was my face when a viewer has, when a streamer has 2 viewers with Overwatch, and it was like one of his emotes. That's what the actual tweet was. It's just like, damn. He went off. He's still going off.
It's funny because that person's just trying to bring content, right? Like that person probably is a friend or family and is like, I bet people who haven't, aren't being able to see this game. So let's try to get it out there for them. And then it's like they get shit for it. It's like, damn, man.
Yeah, it's funny.
Anyways.
I thought that was great.
Wait, so we want to talk about Overwatch more? Are we going to do that?
No, that's
Can we get right back into more?
That's okay. So Zeke, indie games. What's up, man?
Yeah, Zeke, what have you been playing, dude?
Yeah, I played this. I'm so glad that this Indie Sunday thing is going so well for me because I love giving weird games that you may not have played opportunities, like just a little bit of time, depending on how good they are. And that's what I think is it's a true testament to how good the game is. If you go into the game and you have no idea, you just know it's an indie title. I look at like the Steam reviews to say like mostly positive or something like that, and then I'm like, okay, we'll give that a day in court. I played 3 of them, and all 3 of them were pretty good. Dex being the most average, it was kind of like
Are you playing CS 1.6 here? What
yeah, I know. I'm like looking at this and I'm thinking dust. All I think is dust looking at this.
Listen, this is called the Beginner's Guide by the same guy.
Oh, okay, it's this game. This is what Stephen Lumpkin had a raging hard on for like 2 weeks.
I haven't heard about this at all. Can you explain a little bit? What is this?
Stanley Parable.
It's a meta, 4th wall. The narrator's talking to you. You are inside of unfinished games made by
Oh,
A friend of the guy who's making this game, who made Stanley Parable, a friend called Coda, a game developer named Coda. And you're going through his games, and he's explaining things to you like, this was the first game he created when he was working on blah, blah, blah. And see this, and this really struck me. And like, you go around, and then you move on. And then you go to another unfinished game by him. And it gets way deeper and way like more like intense as far as mind. Like, it's so like, you know,
Cognitive?
like Kaufman movies.
Yeah,
Not Andy Kaufman. Being John Malkovich.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Like that kind of shit. Like it's like, oh, we're outside of the movie, watching the movie, like that kind of shit, which I really enjoy, because it's a lot of really short, unfinished games, and it's basically like a love letter to his friend who never released the shit.
Oh, okay.
And you're not, and that's the thing is, I'm not going to spoil anything, but is an emotional ride.
Well, I know Steven Lumpkin of the DM for Roleplay played this game, and like he had a very, very strong emotional response to it on stream, and could not stop talking about it afterwards. So
it's only like the playthrough of it is like 4 or 5 hours, and let me tell you, it is fucking worth it, because love it or hate it, like the way it makes you feel, or the content that it has, because I cannot spoil it. I will not.
Yeah.
But the way it makes you feel is what makes it a good game. Like, if you walk out of a movie going like, God, I feel just like icky inside. To me, anything that can elicit a response of that magnitude is worthwhile. It's worth a look.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
No. It's a wild ride. It doesn't play like any other game I've ever played. It's supremely like it feels like you're in a narrative.
Do you feel this way? Is this something that a casual gamer would feel just picking up the game and not being part of the industry or streamer or content creator or something like that? Is the message overall something that a lot of people can grasp onto, or is this something that is more of like an industry or creative kind of person, like those people would resonate more with it?
I think that's why Steven enjoyed it, because he is a game designer, and he probably has lived with some of this or experienced some of this before. But Zeke, go ahead.
And as I was playing it, a lot of people, Skinny Ghost, Adam Coble, were saying like he fucking hated it.
Yeah. Really,
but listen, here's the thing: anyone who's like any piece of art or whatever that elicits a response like that, there's got to be something to it.
Sure.
Like if it did its main job, which was entertain. Any piece of art or music, game, whatever, entertain first. That's first and foremost. Do I want to keep going? Kept going through it, and it elicited a lot of like really like I was angry. I felt like I felt sad at parts. Like there was parts that I like teared up a little bit. And it's like playing a movie. It's like the closest thing that I've ever come to playing an actual, like being a part in an actual like documentary, say.
Would you suggest this game to somebody who's never? Oh, sorry. Would you suggest this game for somebody who's never played video games, who isn't a gamer?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's there's no skill, like almost no skill required.
No, not just skill wise, but just enjoyment wise.
And like,
I'm just curious. It looks really interesting, and that's why I'm.
It is extremely interesting, and like as far as like eliciting emotional responses, like this has been the game that has elicited the most like different and extreme emotional responses that I've had in a game, like comparably ever.
Huh?
Because it's a love letter to a game developer, a singular game developer, and to making games, period. But also like the emotions that come along with making games, and that kind of stuff. And it's just I suggest it's really short. It's worth it. It's $15, I think, and it's like a 5-hour game, but it's definitely worth the playthrough. And honestly, you might not even want to play it on cast. Like it would be just as good playing it on your own.
Yeah, interesting.
But yeah, so that blew me away. Like I had no idea. Like the Stanley Parable was great in like what it was, you know. you know, fourth wall, blah blah. But this is completely like different.
What else did you play?
And it makes you feel, oh yeah. And yeah, without giving it away, someone said perfectly in chat, it makes you feel complicit in something when you play it. You'll understand.
Okay.
It makes you feel like you're a part of something and not necessarily make you feel good.
Interesting.
Yeah, right?
Interesting. All right.
And then I played Dex, which was, you know,
That's this, right?
decent,
I think I've seen this before.
like Uncharted-ish. No, I mean, not Uncharted, like you play, like it's platformy.
Yeah, it looks kind of like a. The first thing that came to mind was the Fallout 4 mobile game thing, but that's just the art style
Fallout
a little
Shelter?
bit. Yeah, Fallout Shelter, yeah.
Oh, you know, it's action. Like,
okay.
you run and stuff, and it's just like, you know, 2D, but like side view.
Does it have like adventure aspects? Like collect this to use this here?
I played it for like, I want to say I played it for like an hour, maybe 2. And it's decent, but it didn't like really super grab me.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like a Strider kind of. Like the old Strider.
Interesting.
Like where it's just you go indoors and stuff. I'm figuring out how to go indoors. Oh, and also I had a controller that wasn't working.
You should have started
Zeke,
with this
let
one.
me tell you about a $150 controller.
No, but then I played a game that I think a lot of you guys have played.
Let's skip forward. The big reveal. This? Is this it?
Lisa. Did you guys ever play Lisa? The painful?
I have wanted to play this so bad.
Wait, is this Lisa right here?
Yep.
Oh, I've never played this.
What's your, like, I mean, obviously don't spoil anything, but what's your opinion on it? Like,
it's good, but it's fucking depressing. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, I might like it. Yeah, I like depressing sometimes.
It's desolate. It's lonely. It's got a great sense of humor. There's a part, and we'll not even mention anything at all, but there's a part where I was crying laughing that something happened. I was like, it completely out of left field. Like you didn't see it coming. You can't see it coming, and it happened. You're like, it took you a second, then you realize what happened, and I'm laughing so hard.
Interesting.
I saw that game. Yeah, I saw that game on Steam, and I wanted to play it really bad.
None of us have played Undertale, right? No one's played that yet?
Nope.
Dude, that game, people, like, there is a very weird zeitgeist about that game. Like, people are saying that's, like, their game of the year.
I really want to talk to someone who's played it. We need to bring Dodger back on. I heard she's
yeah.
Lee Sparks, the producer,
Overwatch guy?
producer of Overwatch. Yeah, he actually suggested it to me.
Yeah.
He was like, "That's what I've been playing. You need to play it."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay." And that's and it keeps. You know when I know that a game's good? Because I keep hearing about it in positive ways, and like from different people,
from everyone,
different avenues. Yeah, it's like the stream will mention it. Maybe like 1 or 2 people, you know, like just mention, "Hey, have you played Undertale?" And then like somebody will say, "Oh yeah, I played this," and then another person will be, "Oh yeah, I love this game," you know. And it's like it just starts popping up and getting steam, and like you just hear and hear and hear, and then it's like, yeah, okay, this I got to touch this. I got to be in this.
Yeah,
So not only is that great, Ello, but the thing that I found very kind of wild about Undertale is I've had different types of people recommend the game to me. So like I've had RPG players. I've had people that pretty much live in MMOs tell me that I need to play Undertale. I had a competitive FPS person tell me Undertale that he loved it. It's kind of like, okay, there has to be something about this game.
Yeah. Chat's
apparently
also
you do all
saying
sorts of different runs, like genocide runs and no runs, and you can play it, you know, however you want. And I don't know. It sounds
I'm reading a lot of things in chat that I've also heard that like the community with that game is very toxic and also like getting weirdly fanatical. And so I want to know what that means. Like if I play that game, am I going to get a bunch of people in my chat that I'm playing it wrong? Or like, I don't know what weirdly fanatical and like toxic means for an indie game that's not multiplayer in... I don't know what that means. Like I want to know what that means. So I might try to play it.
What the hell just happened?
What's up?
Am I still with you guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
But there's a bzz.
Yeah, we heard a little bit of buzz.
Okay, so for no reason, I'm not even touching my keyboard or my mouse. Life is Strange just started on my computer.
Well, Life is Strange, bro.
What the fuck? Why did this
Sad trombone, JP.
Yeah. Life is Strange.
Why did this start? That is so
what most likely
weird.
happened is Ben is in the other room, logged into your Steam account, messing with you.
No, he's not even here. He's out of town.
Well, then in that case, it's whoever.
What the fuck was that? I'm so sorry. It was just like it just started up out of nowhere. That was so weird. I've never had a game just start on my computer for no reason.
Yeah,
Some viewer out there is like, step 1 complete.
We need a priest.
You have the last choice? No, the last choice is yet to come.
Boom. Got
Turns
him.
on the game, and you have one more choice to
Yeah,
make.
the last choice is actually you just playing as Sonic the entire time. That's fucking
That
Sega's big reveal.
That was freaky, man. Okay, I'm sorry. It just. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I digress. That's just the
Zeke,
weirdest thing.
did you finish Lisa?
No, I didn't. I played it for I think 3 hours, and I played it on the hardest difficulty. And this was one of those times in chat they were like, "What are you doing, you idiot? Don't play it on the hard or whatever the hardcore mode is. Don't play it on that because you can only use save points once." And I was like, "Fuck you! I'm doing it because you guys blah." And they're like, "No!" And I did it, and then I played it for like an hour and died and lost all my progress.
Oh, it's like a hardcore mode.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Do you have to play it that way?
No.
Oh,
No, there's
okay.
a normal mode where you can. I think you can just keep using certain save points over and over again.
Huh.
But this one, you use it once, and then you have to wait until you find a completely other one.
Weird.
That game looks very, very interesting. I think I saw Dan's Gaming maybe play this. That's where I've seen this before.
Yeah. No, it has a great sense of humor. There's definitely some emotions like within the dialogue. There's like outlandish characters, just text-based characters that are just fantastic. And you know how much I love doing voices.
Yeah.
Like I love that shit. When I get the opportunity to do a text-based game like this, and there's like defined characters, it's great.
Oh, I didn't mention this when I play. Only you guys would care about this. When I played Tales of Zestiria, I played with the Japanese audio on, so I had to read everything. So I read 40 hours worth of game. I'm preparing myself for Fallout, is what I'm saying here, through a JRPG because
why?
I'm gonna have to read everything in Fallout.
Oh, it's voice acted.
Well,
Even
then there
the
you go.
protagonist.
There you go.
In fact, that's a big point of contention. With
Yeah, I know a lot of people are kind of
The first time the protagonist has ever been voiced.
Bob Ross.
Yeah. What the fuck? That's so fucking weird. It is such a weird thing.
I'm gonna say this about Bob Ross. I love Bob Ross. I think it's great what Twitch is doing for creative. They picked something awesome to do. They're promoting the section. Twitch, it's all awesome. I'm slightly concerned that we're glorifying television reruns on Twitch. I'm a
Oh, you always
I always am. I
always respect that. I always respect that opinion because
I have to say, there's a huge channel, and all it is television reruns.
Television reruns, yeah.
There's no interaction. It's not Twitch. The only thing that's Twitch about it is the fact that there's a chat room next to it.
Which is actually the best part about that channel.
Which is one of the best parts about it.
Yeah.
And also the fact that you and your friends, not necessarily in the Twitch chat, can all watch the same thing, talk about it. It's an interactive medium outside of the Twitch chat because it's an event. It's not just television reruns because Twitch has made it an event. But it is a little concerning, just a little bit, because this theoretically opens the doors for Twitch doing a lot, potentially more of this in different mediums.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you.
What if there's an actor's birthday, or excuse me, horrible thing. What if an actor passes and they have a tribute to him by replaying every episode of Full House?
I was just about to say Full House.
Well, that's the thing is a lot of people started suggesting like they want to see like Bill Nye. They want a Bill Nye channel or stuff like that.
Well, I heard somebody, and here's a cool idea. What if there was a channel that only did TED Talks?
Yeah.
And you could sit in this channel and talk to other people about a really cool and interesting thing that you're all watching together. You know, and maybe there's a lot of really cool things you could do with it. It's just a little bit of a weird direction.
Okay, so
I don't disagree.
Are you concerned because it's like, okay, so Justin TV didn't pan out, but the gaming section got big. The gaming section they focused on. Now that's so big that now they can go back to Justin TV. Is that what you're concerned about?
Well, again, right now it's an event. So by itself, it means nothing. It doesn't speak for the future or anything. Twitch is the only one doing it. I can tell you right now, if a channel went live and started playing reruns of a TV show, they'd be banned in an instant. And that's cool. And first of all, let me say for a second, I'm not hating on Bob Ross. I think it's amazing.
I like how scared you are to.
Oh no, he'll piss off. Yeah, fuck.
Bob Ross is so loved right now.
Like that it's happening.
They will spam ruined in your chat for days. So you better watch yourself.
Days. My whole Fallout 4 playthrough would just be ruined.
Just ruined.
But yeah, and I think it's great. But again, I hope everything kind of freezes where it is and it doesn't really grow past this point. Is my thing. And do it again for other creative things and other great people. That's awesome. Let's just
like a once a year kind of thing. I can see that. Yeah.
It's very interesting. There's two things.
And there goes the chat.
Yeah. Sorry, I ruined the chat. It's interesting to me for two reasons. One, I don't know why no one else in the creative section has tried to emulate what he does. Like, what if someone
did?
I've actually wondered the same
just like
thing.
Trying to teach someone Photoshop.
Some do. There's some.
Do they really? I don't know if they do or not.
Creative stream. I check out the creative section at night a lot of times before I'm going to bed because creative streams are totally chill. They're totally chill. Great to go to bed to.
Yeah.
Or just if you want to watch something before bed that's not saved. Awesome.
Saved,
that's
nice.
that's not really kind of action intensive. And there are some really great streamers, creative streamers that do a kind of Bob Ross thing. Where they'll have like their easel and multiple camera angles and they'll just be talking about what they're doing. And it's really kind of unfortunate because a lot of those streamers don't have all the viewers. So they don't really have, that they don't get up. They don't have that kind of cumulative snowball effect that a lot of other streamers do. But it's really cool. Like if you want to see that kind of stuff, it's there. You just kind of need to go down the list and create it.
Okay.
Did you see Casey Trons?
Well, I saw a bunch of streamers. I saw like Josh OG started it, and then Soda Poppin did it, and then I guess Casey Tron did it a third time.
What did Casey Tron do?
Casey Tron just followed the Bob Ross
and paint, right?
And painted, and
that's what Josh and
picture
and
of her.
Did she draw like a stick figure with
No, Co. No? She had an empty canvas, like a legit canvas with paint and everything, and she followed it along, and then she posted her end result. And it didn't look bad. It was actually pretty good. And she's like, he's legit like the best. I can't believe how good he made it look and everything. But her painting looked way better than what I think I could do.
Yeah.
Like
I know a bunch of streamers tried to do that as well. So that
sounds cool. That sounds really fun.
The other thing that from like a business perspective, I think Twitch looks at this and sees that there's other things out. Do what? Well, yeah, he's got a sub button, but there's other things that they can put on. And this is where I think I agree with Crow somewhat, that as a business, if they see that TV reruns are getting this type of viewership, why would you not put this type of stuff on Twitch? If it
free money.
The amount of free advertising they got from this, it was fucking everywhere on the internet last week. On like every giant news blog,
massive
everywhere.
Ads. Yeah, dude, it's a brilliant idea on Twitch's, and more importantly, and they didn't only do it for financial gain. They've now actually elevated an entire section. Like they took the whole package and are kind of using it as a whole package and not just to make money, which is awesome.
Yeah,
because there's no question they can monetize it even further if they wanted to.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Here's the problem with that though, and I think that. This is just my opinion, and I haven't done a lot of thinking on this subject because we're just kind of getting into it. But for me, what would keep that from happening is because this is a special project. This is a special event that it's fun and it's cool and it's good to get behind, and pretty much everyone can get behind Bob Ross, right? Yeah. He's an incredibly positive, wonderful person. Yeah, of all the people, But here's the thing is that I feel like if they start to oversaturate this thing and they do start playing reruns of all these different
things,
I think that there would be a backlash in the community about the preservation of gaming content.
Probably.
That's my exact point. You couldn't have said it better. That's exactly what I was saying. That's why I'm kind of hoping it kind of stops here or is only used for very special events.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah, and as a broadcaster, like, I mean, not even just from the selfish side of me is like, I want to keep it games, right? Because I'm a broadcaster and that's my bias, right? But at the same time, I think that Twitch is supposed to be, it is built to be a gaming content platform.
I think listening now, let me just hop in here real quick because listening to, I don't know if it was his commencement address or whatever, but listening to DJ Wheat talk about it, or just talking to him normally or whatever, it's live is what bothers me. This is not live content.
Oh, the fact that it's VODed.
Yeah.
But what about the
content? You're not interacting with the person who is on the stream.
That's a really good point. But the issue there, Zeke, is this brings playlists.
Yeah, like playlists and VODs.
The big thing here is that it's, and I agree, It's a big, there's a big thick line between live content and recorded content, but it becomes a little more blurry when you bring into the fact that it's recorded content being experienced by a huge amount of viewers at the same time while given a medium to interact with each other with. It's and not only that, it's everyone, you know, you go on Twitter and people are just talking about Bob Ross 24/7, all the funny things. Hey, did you see when he did this? Hey, I love when the chat says this, you know, all over the place. It's more because of the fact that it's being, everyone gets the same at once. Am I making sense? It's kind of hard to, I'm not really making my point well enough.
No, I understand.
I think I understand what you're saying.
Join me in watching the new episode of Tosh.0 and we'll tweet live during the show.
Exactly. Yeah. It's that social media thing.
Yeah. It's more inclusive than just going to YouTube and watching reruns of Bob Ross. Anyone can do that. It's all on your own schedule. But on Twitch, everyone's watching the same episodes. Right. Everyone's seeing the same stuff. When
exactly does something, Justin TV. Exactly what it was. It's exactly Justin TV. What Justin TV was is what that Bob Ross channel is.
Yeah.
But now they're able to pull it off because
Ello said.
Yeah, but now they have the foundation, right? So they have the foundation set. So now they can pull it off. Let me ask you guys a question. I mean, and this is getting a little deeper, but in what other medium of entertainment can you have the type of interaction that you do with Twitch?
I mean, I
you
think
don't get it in radio, you don't get it in TV, you don't get it in going to a comedy show or a Broadway show or any other form of entertainment, a baseball game, any of that shit.
That's the golden egg that Twitch has.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, okay, so hold on a second. There's a further thought though. What's the evolution? What's the evolution? Because TV,
it's what they've already tried
is
to
like
do.
Dying, right?
Well, it's what they tried to do with like Mr. Robot when they showed the first episode on Twitch. Like, I think they've already kind of tried that evolution, and I don't know the success of that. I don't remember the numbers or how well that worked. I definitely heard about the show because it was on Twitch, and that's what got me interested in the show. It happened to be that it's actually like one of the best TV shows I've seen in a very, very long time. It has nothing to do with being on Twitch, but it worked in that sense. So as like a business, maybe that's the route. Like, Twitch's golden thing is the chat. I know of streamers that will do Netflix nights with their viewers. They will get everyone in the chat and say, all right, we're going to start this Netflix movie in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And then there's 400 or 500 people watching a Netflix movie with them in their chat. Yep. Maybe there comes a day where this is streamable on their own site and they can broadcast a movie on their own channel. I don't know the legalities of that, and it will probably never happen on a channel by channel, but maybe there's the premiere of, this is totally never going to happen, maybe they premiere a Star Wars movie on Twitch that everyone can be in the chat with, or something of that size.
That's very possible.
Like, that's a huge business model.
With what Ella was saying, is Ella was like, okay, what's the next step, taking from like the Twitch chat model? Well, a cool way to look at that is what was before the Bob Ross style Twitch model? Movies.
Yeah.
Buddies sitting around on a couch watching something. Like, if you think of a movie theater, it's a large group of people all watching the same content. Some of them can lean over and talk to their buddies. But and when you're in a small channel, that's kind of how it is. You and 3 other people can be sitting there talking to each other about whatever you guys are watching, the streamer do. And it's very much kind of a smaller thing. Now, when you go into something like Bob Ross, because of how spammy the chat is, to put it bluntly, it's like all those people become one person. So the interaction is you, the chat, and then you guys are watching whatever that is. There's no question that when you're in a chat room like Bob Ross, you are interacting to some degree. Either you're watching them spam ruined or saved or MVP, or there is a form of interaction there. It may not be with the individual people, but you know, if you're ever one of those people that has thrown a ruined in with the wall, you're interacting with that large group of people, even if it's on an individual level. So looking forward, one would think that either a better way to communicate with the other people you're entertaining or you're with, imagine like a TeamSpeak style room where you could somehow
Discord,
hear other people, you know, while you're watching something. Maybe something where it's like, you know, almost like a Zoom style video chat with the other viewers of what you're watching. It's basically just adding more technology to the equation, just like Twitch did to movies. They took the premise of a movie and added a whole bunch of tech into it. The internet, the ability to do it from your home, the fact that you're chatting, like, it's just extrapolating that out. Now, of course, both those ideas I said were terrible, so I'm sure someone will come up with a better
Here's
one,
a great example. Didn't even know this was something. Geek and Sundry in Nerdist live streamed a movie called Trick or Treat. last week on Twitch on the 28th. They had a drinking game with it. It was in the chat, and they just live streamed the entire movie on Twitch.
I'm telling you right now, I wish, I was just talking the other day. I think I made a tweet just like a week ago, and I was like, I wish I could sit down and watch TV with you guys sometimes. Not all the time, just sometimes. I wish I could go through Firefly with my chat.
Just watch
and
it,
just watch Firefly. You know, and just chill out. Like I would be here with my mic and we would just watch and maybe, you know, Mystery Science Theater talk about it or whatever. It's not for the people watching for the first time, you know, but just sit down and have that interaction, have that fun time with them. And I can see that appeal. My hope is that if this does become popular, that there is a place where this can be besides Twitch, like a sister website or something like that, where it's associated with Twitch, but it's a place where we keep Twitch gaming content. Because I do agree with Ko. I love these events and I have so much fun with them, and I think they're fucking hilarious. Like, but at the same time, I think there's something to be said about the preservation of gaming on Twitch TV.
See, I've never felt that before, ever. I look at all this and I'm like, there's 50,000 people watching Bob Ross. If 49,000 of those people have never been on Twitch, those people will probably click somewhere else and maybe they'll end up on a channel of mine.
And that is a pro, right? But there's still 10 years down the road. Like Ko said, like what is Twitch going to look like 10 years from now? Is it going to be a gaming content website? Or is it going to be a place where people go to watch TV?
I will.
You know, and that's the thing, is that's going to be decided by the viewers, right? The viewers are going to decide what they want to do with this. You know?
Twitch will decide, honestly.
Well, Twitch will decide. You're right. You know, but what I'm saying is that Twitch is going to be driven by the viewership. Really.
I honestly don't think 10 years from now Twitch will be only gaming. I think if Twitch stays only gaming, the site will not be here in 10 years.
Really?
I promise you, yes. I 100% believe
before
that.
we do anything more.
But anyways, this gets
little fun fact, just so you guys know. Little fun fact: my first broadcast as a broadcaster ever, by myself, was when I tried to do a little show called Flick You.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, you told me about that.
When I would watch bad movies and I would comment on them, and the chat would, and this was in Justin TV. It was Wild West, copyright. You know, if you could skate under the copyright, no one, who cared?
Yeah.
I did get shut down one time for copyright shit, but like I watched like Cool as Ice, the Vanilla Ice movie.
Yeah.
I watched Catwoman, the Halle Berry movie. I fell asleep during Catwoman.
You're just on a couch, like on a camera
just
or whatever?
on the couch, talking with the chat, making shitty jokes at the screen. And that's because I loved Mystery Science Theater. I'm still a huge fan of Mystery Science Theater, and that's what I wanted my show to be. Was that kind of thing where I could just, you know, shit on movies and watch them with people and stuff like that. And there's I don't know if it's on YouTube or maybe wherever, but Man vs. Game and I watched The Room. Like one of the first movies that we watched on Just TV was The Room, and that was with me and Man, and we watched it, and you know, there was like boobies and stuff. And we're like, whoa, boobies, whoops.
And a lot of it, because every like 15 minutes at the beginning is all sex scenes pretty much.
Yeah.
And they're terrible and wonderful. Oh yeah. I should be clear. I'm not against evolution, okay, of the website. Okay. What I am stressing right now is being careful with that evolution. That's all. I'm not saying that we should stay stagnant and we should just stay the same for 10 years. Okay, no, obviously not. There's room for evolution there, right? But I think especially with Twitch, because it's such a new medium and because it's so Wild West, that I think that we should be very careful about how things evolve here.
Sure.
And I don't know. I kind of used to listen to Ko and go, okay, you know, whatever and stuff like that. But as I was starting to see things and you know, see where Twitch is going, how big it's getting, I think that I think there's a lot of different paths right now, and some of them can be very, very, very bad. And I think it could be very anti what we have right now, which is a wonderful, wonderful community that loves video games, that are passionate about a certain subject, and it could become something maybe entirely different that we didn't intend it to.
You know, I saw the best analogy just now.
In chat?
Remember when MTV played music?
Yeah, no, they switched because the business model changed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm worried about.
Here's a couple.
From time to time. And I was like,
then you get 16 and pregnant, Twitch edition.
Yep, and now they don't play music at all.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's kind of the evolution of reality TV on Twitch is what that is. But yeah, I agree. Like That's a great comparison. What were we gonna say, Co?
So a couple things. First of all, about what Ella was talking earlier. There's actually a group in my community that almost every week they get together. There's I think 4 or 6 of them, and they all go in Zoom and they all do a little countdown and they hit play on a Netflix movie at the same time and they all watch together in Zoom. So it's basically exactly what you were talking about. Like that's just set that up. It's a lot of fun from what I've heard. Second of all, so in terms, well, shit, what was I talking about? I had like 4 things I was gonna say. I kept coming back to them.
You gotta start writing this stuff down. I write this stuff down.
Like that's why.
I need to start writing
with a pen.
Me and Zeke are the professionals. Co just freeballing.
Damn it. Shit.
Nothing.
I'll come back to it.
Okay.
Too many drugs, man.
Yeah. Drugs will get you guys. Don't do drugs.
Speaking of drugs, Jesus, I'm like my head is filled with them because of the fucking
cough
medicine.
Yeah, what's with everyone literally getting sick like this yesterday and today? Gassy's sick.
Yeah, Gassy, I heard.
You're sick. Was it Strip? No, Sacril's sick. Like basically everyone going to BlizzCon this week is fucking sick, and I swear to God, if you get me sick, I'm gonna be so
You're
pissed.
walking into a petri dish of pain.
Yeah.
There's never been a better time to get sick than before the convention.
Yeah. No, like.
So you're not sick at
be the Family
convention.
Guy. Do the Family Guy option. Like, be that lady at work. It's like I cannot get sick today. And you're
I would rather be sick at home for like 2 or 3 days before the convention and give time to recover and rest and then go to a convention feeling better than be at a convention and that's when my sickness
That's when you get
starts.
sick. Yeah, day one. Well, you're sick a lot. You actually get sick a lot more than a normal person.
He's got a kid.
Yeah, you got a kid, so you got.
It's the beard. You know, there's poop and feces all in my beard, and that's scientifically proven.
Yeah, it does lead to
that's
some.
actually I've heard for all Twitch streamers.
Yeah,
well, it's also on your toothbrush and everything.
Yeah,
no, it's honestly, it's always after conventions. It's always after conventions. And I'll be honest, at the very first conventions that I went to, I didn't think anything of it. I would say until PAX Prime, I didn't really try to protect myself from getting sick. And then at PAX Prime, I had Co's sanitizer and I was putting it on there and I was washing my hands and I was making sure I wasn't getting too close to people. Because when you think about it, you're getting in an airplane full of people. I fly however long from Florida.
Yeah, it's the worst.
And to BlizzCon, I'm on it 6 hours with all these different people. Then you're around the convention, which is all different people. You're getting exposed to so many different germs. And then by the time you get home, it would be a miracle that you didn't get sick.
The other thing too is that you get literally physically exhausted every day. You drink, your immune system goes to absolute shit because of those two things combined, and then you fly back home in a fucking like pressurized petri fucking tube of death, and that's where you get sick.
I've never gotten sick after a con. I've never gotten sick. This came from somewhere else.
Zeke, they actually say the more dirty you carry yourself in real life, the more.
No, my immune system is fucking amazing.
Is it really good?
I was a smoker. I drink every day. Like I stay up. I'm exhausted. Like most of the time, I get like 2-3 hours of sleep a night. Like I'll kill anything.
There you go.
But every once in a while,
no, I do get sick. I actually haven't been sick for a while now. Even after PAX Prime, I don't think I got sick. So I'm pretty proud of that.
We got about 45 minutes left. We'll take it in a random direction right now because I think 3 of us. Are you going to BlizzCon? Zeke,
wait
or
before.
No?
No,
You're not going. It's just me and Ella.
haven't
What
switched
were we gonna say, Ella, before I switch?
Yeah, before we switch about the Bob Ross thing, can we at least go around and talk about our favorite time in the Bob Ross stream, like our favorite moment?
Oh yeah, my favorite moment 100% is when he'll add a color that's like not affiliated with the painting at all, and then someone in the chat goes, "Oh my God, is this the new meta?" that line kills me. Or the other thing happened when we were playing Overwatch. Someone in the chat says, Bob Ross has all of the Overwatch keys, and no one else got them, and that made me fucking crack up, dude.
My favorite line that I saw someone say was, he needed precisely two happy trees to pull off that strategy. Like he needed precisely
people turn them into like strats and like esports builds and shit.
But I never had so much fun in that chat as when Bob Ross got on there and was like, this is my friend, whoever, Susan or whatever. I'm going to go take a step back and she's going to take over. And the chat went fucking nuts. And I loved it.
His son is on there right now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
oh, man. I just loved when that woman went on there because every person that gets on there tries to like be Bob Ross, right?
Yeah.
They like they kind of try to be him. And it's just like, imitator, like bring free Bob, all this stuff. Like they're just going nuts. And I just love it, man.
Oh man, the other last night it was he was talking he was like mixing a color, And just like out of nowhere, he's like, "Oh man, I'd love to eat this color. It makes me so happy." And I'm like, "What the fuck, Bob Ross? Like, what?
Yeah.
You're gonna eat paint? What did you fucking
There's a tree there all along. We just didn't know it. We just did. Oh, there it is, right there. It was there all along. We just didn't know.
It's good.
Our
Anyways,
world.
I've got a lot of favorite moments. Cohen and Zeke, favorite Bob Ross moments in the chat.
I didn't watch it. I used to watch it like on PBS.
You should watch at least one episode on Twitch
With the chat.
Yeah, I should.
Yeah.
Dude, the favorite part for me by far is the fact that like watching Twitch chat while you're watching Bob Ross is like watching an ocean. It's like watching tides of different spam. And it's so incredible to see the reaction from chat when he'll start adding something. Like I was watching it just the other day and he made this beautiful scene. And then he just goes, okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this brown and I'm just going to put a tree.
No, hold on. It's not just brown. It's Van Dyke brown. All right?
Which is even better.
Get the fucking colors right.
But dude, he starts putting like this, just like in the second third of the right, just right in the middle, just starts doing brown. And I swear to God, if all these people are in one place, it would have been a riot. Like literally, it's just like literally someone all spammed 5 times blocks. What the are you doing?
Ruin.
Like he was angry. Like just ruined. This is horrible. And to see and then here's the best part of it. To see it, like you see Bob start realizing his vision for the tree. And let me get some lighter bark brown, and let me put some accents here, and now we're gonna put on some leaves, and you can watch
the chat change,
slowly. Wait, this oh, and then you see the first one, save, fixed, and then it's like a waterfall of approval and happiness, and it's okay, guys.
It's awesome. I love that shit, dude.
It's all right,
dude. That one's good. And then the other, I must watch like the golden episode because he said some hilarious shit. He does the thing where he beats the devil out of his brush.
Yes.
So every time that happens, chat goes fucking insane.
At one point, he flipped his hand over and he goes, "Just smack that. Just smack it." And he starts hitting it like, just give it, just work it a little bit, just smack it.
Yeah. And, yeah, it's good. And then he said we're gonna beat the devil out of it. And then right after that, he was like, sometimes you gotta let the devil in or some shit because he was using black. And chat was like, Bob, no, what have you done? What are you doing? Let the devil in. You got to beat him out.
He's like Stephen King, right, with writing. You know, like you can break the rules of writing when you understand them. You know?
Yes, exactly.
Like the same thing.
Exactly.
Okay,
let the devil in once you know how to get him out.
Yeah.
What is ruined?
Ruined is when he like puts a random color that's not part of it on the painting. That was kind of shitty.
His ultimate picture hasn't surfaced yet. You don't know what he's doing quite yet. So he paints something and then it looks out of place. It looks wrong. It looks like he just ruined
looks like
the whole
someone
thing.
just took paint and on the camera.
Yeah, and like
but
just
he always
everywhere.
has his end vision.
Is it something that he says though?
No.
The chat.
It just came out of
like
chat,
ruined.
and now they turned it into like emotes and everything.
A beautiful ocean scene, like it's pristine, and then he'll just take brown, which is not on the canvas at that point, and start blopping it in the middle. So if you just were to stop right there, it would look like someone just pooped on the canvas.
Yeah.
Like
Right,
it looks terrible. So people go, ruined. This is horrible. But then he spends the next 5 minutes turning that blob into the most beautiful boat you've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it all just comes together, and you get to experience and watch this with 50,000 other people.
And at any point,
there's nothing else like it.
So who's benefiting? I just want to know, like,
what do you mean? What do you mean
Twitch
benefiting?
is making like
the Bob Ross,
the creative section is really benefiting because not only is this bringing awareness to the new layout, but they're
just money
wise all Twitch. From
no.
It's going to Bob Ross Foundation.
Yeah, it's going to the sub money, I believe.
Okay, awesome, even
Gotcha.
better. But I think so. Are they doing
it's
like
a charity maybe or something? I don't know. Trevor probably
the
knows.
Bob Ross Foundation. Okay.
Is it all money goes to the Bob Ross Foundation?
No, I think it's split like any other broadcaster.
His
So
family gets money.
Cool.
yeah, I believe it's the people who continued his legacy after he was gone. Whatever that means, I don't know what exactly they're doing. If it's charity or
they have to
actually Bob Ross Foundation.
Is that channel running ads?
I don't
no,
know.
It's not.
I don't think so.
So the only ads that are playing are when everyone comes to the channel for the first time, which is still, when you have that many people, obscene. Like that's pretty big. Wow.
Oh, between
That's cool. They're not running ads.
and Twitch? Because Jansen Media owns the episodes then, I guess. Or whoever owns the episode, I'm guessing, would be making the money.
Probably, yeah. I honestly don't know. Don't know. The other thing, if you guys don't or have not seen twitter.com/BobRossEsports, that's some funny shit.
Oh, yeah.
The parody Twitter accounts are really good.
Yeah.
Like,
Jansen,
here's a random
occasionally ads, they say. Okay.
It's not even my favorite one. It's just a random one. The enemy team is up at the top lane, so we're going to push this tower, gently pushing at it, little pokes until it crumbles. Just shit like that. And he does like every. He says, "Let's take our flashbang and bounce it off this lovely wall into the hallway. Now we have our light source." Just shit like that. It's really good.
I love when he's doing a snow painting and he'll say stuff like, "It's like, brr, this is a cold painting. Oh man, I better get my coat."
Dude, he mentions that he's like, up in Alaska, you can see all this type of stuff. It's like, I'm from Alaska. It's like, Bob, we know this. You've said like 400 times that you're from.
By the way, just
Alaska.
to be perfectly clear for anyone that can't read chat, if this is on YouTube or something later, thanks to our friends at Jansen Media and Bob Ross for allowing us to broadcast this epic marathon. Revenue from the Bob Ross stream is split between Jansen Media and Twitch.
Okay.
So it doesn't look like it's going to,
I think we should also mention that Bob Ross was a military drill sergeant who used to yell at people for his career, and that once he got out of that, he promised he would never raise his voice to a person again.
That's awesome, right?
Yeah, and you know what? If here's my thing: if you learn how to paint by watching Bob Ross, that's the minimum that you can learn, and by watching Bob Ross. His positivity, and I'm honest about this. What he proves is that you can take something that most people maybe aren't even really interested in, painting like these, scenic whatever. Okay, they tend to be kind of generic, whatever. But the thing is that he has so much passion for it, and he has so much positivity, and he is skillful with it that people can get behind it. And I think that there's something to be said about somebody who's that passionate about anything in their life. And if they have that much passion, that much positivity, that I think people can get behind it and watch it. Yeah. And I think if you learn to paint, I think that's the minimum you can learn from Bob Ross.
Yeah. He is an amazingly positive dude.
Well, listen, if you read some of like the Bob Ross quotes as like a drill sergeant, they come out just fine. Like if you exchange painting for war or something like that, listen to this. In painting, war, you have unlimited power. You have the ability to move mountains. You can bend rivers. When I get home, the only thing I have power over is this garbage.
Yeah.
Like, you can make Bob
You can
Ross
totally
quotes.
tell, yeah.
If you say them the right way or put sarcasm in the right way, they could totally be like a drill sergeant shit.
Yep. All right, we got 30 minutes left. Let's talk a little bit about BlizzCon. So me and Ella are both going there. Probably going to see more Overwatch announcements. They've already teased a new hero, which is good. It's really meta, actually. They teased a new hero who is a StarCraft 2 professional player from South Korea that's in Overwatch. That's kind of fucking cool and weird at the same time.
I like it.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too much more into the Overwatch discussion here, but
we'll keep it brief.
I heard rumors that apparently a big addition to Overwatch was coming to BlizzCon. Do you know anything about that?
I have not. Elo probably does. He can't say anything, so I'll just say it for him. I have no idea what that is. I legitimately have no idea what that is.
Like, yeah, somebody was like, I've heard a couple people kind of means like, oh, you think Overwatch is, expansive now? Wait until, and it's kind of like, well, what, maybe more characters, more game modes. Or, I don't know.
I'll be 100% honest. I have no fucking clue. I really don't.
Who knows?
I did that stream for them, and we're buddies and everything with some of the guys, but they don't tell me shit.
I think the biggest thing at BlizzCon, and you're already starting to see some things trickle out, is the Warcraft movie trailer is going to be shown on the keynote on Friday morning. There's already been some photos out. Here's Orgrim. I forget what his last name is. So that's an actual movie shot of the orc. And this is some of the stuff that I saw.
That shot, man. That's probably the most realistic orc I've ever seen. Like,
this is actually some of the stuff I saw last BlizzCon and the thing that they showed us, and it looks fucking unreal. That's the.
I'm not even a Warhammer fan, and some of those screenshots have looked really great.
Warcraft, not Warhammer. They'll kill you.
Whoops.
Warcraft.
Sorry. Please don't sue me.
Yeah. So this is a member of the Alliance right here. You can see like the footman behind him. It looks fucking sick. There's a shot of him like being sad. I know what this is referencing because I've seen this scene before. It looks crazy. Here's the official movie poster that came out today. So they're basically hitting on Horde versus Alliance. Like, as a WoW player, this speaks to me in so many different ways. It's very, very
As a
smart.
Warcraft player, just the original RTS, this is where they should be. This is the heart of everything.
Yeah.
Was
100%.
This battle over the home world, you know, and the portal opening and all that shit. Like that's
And
oh,
then
God, I can't wait.
this next image is the one thing that I took away last year at BlizzCon, which I was like, that's gonna be fucking awesome, and it's the fully realized Stormwind that they made up. It looks fucking insane. Like it looks. That is Stormwind. As someone who has spent hours and hours and hours and hours and hours in this fucking city in World of Warcraft, that is Stormwind.
Like, dude, I didn't even have a max level character, and I knew what that was the second I looked at it.
Yeah, like, there are the docks. That's the fucking cathedral. You can see the little shitty bridges that you have to run your mounts over until flying mounts is in there.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and like, here's
the keep.
This is all destroyed now because of fucking the dragon in World of Warcraft. Like, it looks awesome. It looks fucking sick. I cannot wait for that trailer, and I cannot wait. My favorite thing every BlizzCon is being in that audience when they unveil something, because like the fucking amount of just raw passion in that audience is enough to make me get teary-eyed every fucking time. Like last year when they announced Overwatch, I freaked out. I even knew it was coming, and like everyone just lost it in the audience. It was amazing. It's one of the best things that I look forward to year after year. So I think the probably new Overwatch information will be cool. The World of Warcraft movie would be good. They're probably gonna have Legion stuff. I don't think we'll see anything apart from that. No one's really talking about it, but Legacy of the Void launches the final StarCraft 2 thing next week on the same day as Fallout, so that kind of sucks.
Bummer. Wow.
Yeah. It's kind of being sent out to die almost.
That way. Yeah, I was gonna say that's a horrible date for that.
Yeah, but
at this point, are they really bringing in new StarCraft 2 fans? Like,
yeah.
I think, you know, like it's out there. The expansions for the people who've been playing it for years and years and years and been
they're
fans.
trying. They put in one of the new additions is a thing called Archon mode, and it's if you ever played the original StarCraft, it's team melee, so it's two people controlling one base or like one race in a map, so you can do 2v2 where the two players are controlling one thing, and I think they're actually going to be doing stuff leading up to the event where they're putting like pro gamers playing with one another. So like Huck and MC are playing against two American players or something like that, or two foreigner players, which will be kind of cool because then you can have two people sharing all the fucking duties that StarCraft 2 commands in that game. Like, you have to do so many things at once that it'll make that easier on two people that want to jump into it.
So wait, is that mostly BlizzCon then? Is the movie? Like what
I would think so, yeah. The movie and probably new Overwatch details in terms of new stuff.
It seems a little lackluster.
I think the movie will have a bigger impact than you think. But
I mean, all of the people at BlizzCon, I mean, don't get me wrong, I think they'll love it. I think they'll absolutely love it. But I mean, they're all gamers. Like,
yeah, I mean, WoW Legion will also be the new World of Warcraft expansion's coming out. Legion.
Oh yeah,
that's already known about. I don't think like a new game thing will be shown.
Legion will be very big.
I didn't think something for Diablo.
If there is something new, it'd be a new Diablo expansion, I would think.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I know that some time ago they were hiring people for certain positions for new Diablo content.
You know what'd be cool is if they announced the Warcraft movie and then they're like, we're gonna redo all of the old Warcraft games in HD.
Warcraft vanilla servers.
Yeah, like Warcraft HD. Like, that'd be crazy.
Man, like
no, I'm not even. I'm saying the RTSs. I'm saying the old RTSs like redone.
Like 1 and 2, Orcs and Humans in those.
Yeah. Like bringing
those are
up.
amazing games. They're really good.
Cool.
Even by today's standard, they're still a lot of fun.
Cool. Yeah.
Something you're doing?
Dude, they better have that shit in the movie. There better be like little references to that shit in the movie. Yeah.
If there is not,
they're destroying our city.
I'm gonna freak out. Okay,
dude, it's like a super serious scene and like everything's going wrong, and then just a peon turns around and looks at the screen.
Yeah,
they're destroying our city.
Oh God, if they don't, there's gotta be, right?
There are so many ways they can fuck this up.
The Warcraft movie?
Yes.
So?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Well, that's the problem is if they get a good director who's not a fan.
Well, you know who the director is, right?
What's that?
The director is the guy who did Moon, and he's a huge World of Warcraft fan. Like the movie's already done. The movie's already done. They're already in like post editing.
No, I'm just saying like I've seen like intellectual properties that I loved, and they were just fucking garbage. Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Yeah, D&D movie was shit.
Fucking
I mean,
garbage.
The original Mario movie was fucking terrible.
Yeah, I mean, we can name 1,000, like not 1,000, but we can name many, many, many video game movies that.
I'll be honest. As a kid, I loved it, but if you go back and watch the Mortal Kombat movie, they're fucking terrible. Like,
they're horrible.
They're all fucking terrible.
You look at the Hitman movie, and it's like the
Which
whole
one?
Hitman
They've done like
franchise
6.
was about sneaking around and being stealthy, and then you watch the Hitman movie, and it's just like generic action movie 01. And it's just like
they've done what 3 Hitman movies now.
Dude, to be honest, I haven't even watched it.
I haven't seen the original one. I haven't seen the new one. I've seen the original one with the guy that actually looked like Hitman, rather than the
Resident Evil movies.
I think the first
Resident
Resident Evil wasn't that bad.
The one with
I enjoyed it when I watched it the first time. Probably if I went back and watched it, I would feel the same way JP does.
Yeah, no, Avatar is the one I was thinking of.
Dude, there's
one
of
the Avatar
Evil
movie was shit.
Where the heroine like punches one of the things, and you can see the rubber just bend into where it's just like, how did that even make it in? Like it's like they stopped carrying it.
I didn't even know there was a Tekken movie. I should go watch that. Final Fantasy Spirits wasn't that bad.
Away. No, not
It's a Street Fighter movie.
Spirits Within. Spirits Within. That was good. I like that movie.
Wait, the Street Fighter movie with Van Damme?
Yeah, with Van Damme. Yep.
Oh, with Raul Julia.
His
what a
last
bison.
movie.
Yeah. What a bison.
But dude, that Final Fantasy movie, the whole CGI one, that one was pretty cool.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It had nothing to do with Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
but
it
was still all right. It was all right.
I hated it because I was expecting Final Fantasy when I went into it.
What about Advent Children? Advent Children was fucking good. I loved Advent Children.
It felt almost a little fan service.
No, it was that movie was 100% fan service. There's no fucking question about that.
Dude,
but it was like
that ending.
Yeah.
That ending.
It was all
my
good.
Lord. The chills. It's like the whole time you're watching, you know how bad it is, but you're just like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, One-Winged Angel starts and they start fighting and you're like, well, I just came. Like
I have no idea what's happening, but it looks beautiful, so I'll just watch it.
Yeah. Aren't they making an Assassin's Creed movie? I think that got signed in or something.
I'm sure they are.
There's been a lot of live action for Syndicate. Like they did a lot of live action scenes.
I played Syndicate.
Yeah, that's called Gangs in New York. that movie was already made.
Yeah. Dude, I played the new Assassin's Creed. I'm not kidding you. I enjoyed my time with it. I played about 2 hours and I'm actually looking forward to the PC release. And that's weird as fuck. Like it feels like
I heard it wasn't bad. They made some really good
I've heard really good things about it too.
You know what they did? What they did was they literally said, why are we not just making they just got away with all the tutorial shit. You have like 5 minutes of the Animus shit in the very beginning, and then you literally just load into a level and it's like, go kill that dude. And you're like, all right, I can do that. And then you go kill the dude, and then it opens up into the bigger game and you're like, all right, I can go kill these people. And it's basically like playing a Batman murder simulator. It's literally that because they took away climbing and you have a grapple now to where you can just like fly to the top of the roof immediately. And so it's basically a lethal Batman game. 100%.
What was that game that used came out a long time ago? I mean, when I was in my teens, and you had to go just stop terrorists around the world, and you got different cards, and they one was like the 2 of clubs and the 3 of clubs, and as you went up in the hierarchy, you got the aces.
Do you understand? Alpha Protocol, is it?
No. It was like on Xbox.
Tenchu?
No, not Tenchu. I mean, that's
still the Assassins. That's
the Assassin stuff. It was God, I can't remember the name, but it had every bad guy had a card associated with
Mercenaries?
him. Mercenaries, yes.
Mercenaries 2 was an incredible fucking game.
Hell yeah, man. That shit was awesome. And that's what it sounds like. Like you just go in and you just, all right, I gotta get these guys.
I'm trying to find footage of it because the PS4 version ran it was a little framey in some certain areas, but all right, here's footage of it. So I'll just show it on.
Tenchu was good too.
I picked a very bad area to show. These things handle, I don't know why this is in the game.
God,
it is
chariot racing.
It is really weird. Like I'm just about to shoot this guy as he's on this other thing. I couldn't get it right. But there's also weird things where, and I'll probably do it here in a second. They make it so you can slam cars to the left and right of you. And there might be an eventual part where it does it. Like in Mad Max. But it's literally like taking a carriage and just going whoop.
What is this?
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious, dude.
This looks awesome. Is
Dude.
this as fun as it looks?
This part, that's you just saw me do it right there. Like I'm doing it right now, like trying to take this thing out. It's
Grand
fucking
Theft
ridiculous.
19, whatever, 18.
It's-
I don't even
Dude,
know
these
what-
things would
ridiculous.
just fall apart the second they.
Yeah, and then I just trashed it.
Oh my! What happened to the horse?
I don't
Did that
know.
horse just die?
Yeah, probably.
Pina!
It's
No, honey, it's just sleeping. We're gonna take him to a
yeah.
state of.
Here it is. Here's the Batman thing. Like you're just going from one place to another on this thing, on the hook. This is Big Ben, so it's like the
What
clock
kind
tower or
of
whatever.
physics?
Oh, the physics are
you're just,
hilarious.
Like, sliding with one hand. The animation looked weird.
100%. They basically said, guys, fuck realism, fuck all this like real story shit. Let's just make a game that's fun. I literally think that's what they did
I'm
here.
totally on board with that,
Yeah,
dude. That
like
sounds
let's
awesome.
make it fun to just stab people in the fucking head, and that's what I did.
And ram horses with
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
chariots.
Like look how
Ben
arcadey this
Hur,
is. Look at me
man.
just scale down this.
Jesus, man.
There's also two
I'm all
characters
about
too.
it. Whatever.
You can swap between the twins, Evie and her brother. I forgot the brother's name. They're very like one-sided characters for the most part, at least at the beginning. But they have two different skill sets. They're the same skills, and you get the same amount of skill points, but you can actually spec them differently. So if you want to like make Evie the more stealthier version, and I forget what the main character's name is, you can make him more like brutish and like
Is it Fastbender?
what? No, it's not. Not. I don't know why.
I
You
don't
said
know,
Fassbender.
some people were spamming that earlier. I didn't know if that's. Is that
Oh,
a character? in the
Michael
game?
Fassbender is in Assassin's Creed. That's why they were spamming it. The movie.
Oh, cool. The movie?
Yeah, he's the.
Oh, so there is a movie.
Yeah, there. I was. Yeah, he's an actual movie.
Oh, cool.
The other thing too is they have.
What was that?
That's so.
What?
That's
Was it like Ninja Vanish,
that's
but he's in a cart, so he couldn't quite pull it off.
no. That's Alexander Graham Bell. They do the historical thing still, and he made like he made a smoke bomb, and that's what he was showing off right there because he kind of like flirts with Evie in the beginning of the game.
So he's like, check out my really sexy smoke bomb. Kapow!
Yeah, it's like
And
I've
then
been
he
working on
drives
this
off.
smoke bomb, and then he writes off. Yeah, yeah. It's pretty funny. Like the game, look, I'm really excited for the PC release of this. I hope it's not as bad as Unity was in terms of optimization and all that shit, but it looks pretty
It'll
funny.
probably be a big hit like Batman.
Yeah. Did you guys see that? That got re-released. It's out. You can actually
Dude,
buy it
what,
again.
did you hear about the refund stuff?
I think it's available till the 20.
Yeah, like
December
they're-
31st, 2015, or something like that.
I feel dirty even saying this. They're allowing refunds regardless of time played.
I mean, I understand that.
There are people that have gotten full refunds with
Wait, for what game?
for
the
the,
new
the
Batman
recent
game.
Batman that were released where like it ran perfect for some people, but it was absolute trash for like 90% of the people that played it. Like I had no issues. So I was like, this is awesome. I played it for a bunch of days and like a bunch of people were like, hey, we bought it through your link code. And I'm like, great. And they're like, this is shit. I can't even play it. That was like the over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so what happened was they pulled it off Steam. It was a big mess. And just recently what they've said is we will give you full refunds if you bought it before, regardless of your playtime, and then they're gonna, just like JP said, re-release it. So there are people that confirmed got their $60 back that spent 40 hours in the game.
That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's what you have to do to like make the consumer happy after that botched release, but still.
Really unfortunate.
I'm
dude.
watching- I'm watching this fucking
a decent game ruined by tech issues.
Yeah.
Like that is the definition of it's really unfortunate.
Dude,
Well, I mean, where are we at right now with gaming? Are we still doing this shit? Are we still releasing games that have these tech issues? You know,
They
like
did.
yeah,
This
we're
was-
still in that
that's
first
what I'm
one.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, when are we? Okay, yeah. Well, how many times do they have to do this before we're like, okay, just take some?
The good news is that this,
Well, you just. I'm sorry,
Dude, no, I'm watching this and I'm like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
really want to go fucking just beat people up in this game.
You just walked up to that guy
Yeah,
and
dude.
just fucked him up.
I'm
like,
using a fucking sword cane. How awesome is that? I have a sword cane. I'm just beating this
I'm
guy's
sorry,
ass.
Ko. I didn't mean to, but I'm watching this clip and JP's ruthless, man. He just walked up like those guys were talking about like, oh, the weather today is really well and blah blah blah. He's like,
Yeah. Also, yeah, Green Man Gaming is also doing refunds as well. So,
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
No, but this is one of the. It's kind of good to see that these big companies are not immune by this stuff. Like this is a big public fiasco because they didn't lock their game down.
Yeah.
So hopefully other AAA companies are going like, okay, if this is what's going to happen if we don't actually finish our game, then maybe we actually should try to finish it instead of releasing it like shit.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
It's good.
I want to play this,
Dude, it's-
I'm watching.
I'm
you
watching
play it,
more-
and I'm like, I wish I was there for that stream because it looks really fun.
Dude, it's It's a lot of
I
fun.
think you murdered those people in front of children too.
No, that's the other thing too. Is there's
sword cane.
Yeah, no, there's no.
You have a top hat.
The other character does. The male character has a top hat. They also have different outfits and shit like that. It's really weird because like in this game, I can just walk up and murder someone on the street, and they've gone so far about just turning it into like kind of a murder simulator that the police officer will look at you, like stare at you doing that, and then just be like, "No, that's all right. Have a good day." Just gonna like walk away, and then I'll just go around and fucking stab the cop, or like stab the cop in the neck and walk off. Like there's no, you don't have to answer like you used to do in the Assassin's Creed game. And I think a lot of people had the issue with that.
There's some rookie cop that like watch his partner get killed, and he's like, "What the?" And they're like, don't worry about it. That's Jacob. We just let him do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
He's just he's a crazy kidder, you know.
Make sure to put all the guys who are like 3 days from retirement out front.
Yeah. Let me.
He had 3 days.
He almost paid his mortgage. Oh God.
Okay, here's the male character. He plays the exact same, but it's just a male avatar. I don't think he has his top hat in here. But yeah,
do we know when the PC release is, by the way?
November. I think late November is when it comes out. This November.
Nice.
I'm trying to think what else comes out in late November. Battlefront comes out late November.
Ooh.
Which that I'm very interested to see how that game plays out, especially with where Overwatch is right now. Like that game kind of died on Twitch after about 4 days.
Well, but
it was one man.
There was not much.
There were some very good reasons it died.
Yeah, there wasn't much to watch.
That was a mistake of the Battlefront guys. That was not really indicative of its popularity on Twitch, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Essentially, every single streamer was streaming one map. It was horribly unbalanced. Like there were a lot of reasons that people got tired of watching that for 20 hours.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I didn't get tired of playing it.
That wasn't bad.
It's a really fun game, and when the full release comes out with all the different maps and game modes, like, dude, I could see Space Combat carrying
it
like
might be
a
fun,
small section on Twitch.
Dude, I played that game a shit ton, and I loved every hour of it, man. It was so fun. The sound, okay, I'm never one to be like, oh, sounds.
They did nail the sound.
Oh my God, the sounds in that game are so Star Wars. You're there as soon as you're in there. Oh my God, and yeah, bugs aside and all that stuff. I mean, I cannot wait to get on Ender with like speeder bikes.
Did you guys see the new trailer?
Oh my God.
Did you see the trailer for that where they showed indoor and like all the fucking new maps and stuff? It looks really good graphically. Like indoor looks amazing. And I know that's Zeke's favorite game, so he's going to be playing it at the end of the month 100% with the Battlefront. He just loves the Battlefront. He can't get enough of it. I was trying to see how.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, I was trying to see how long it was going to take you to know.
No.
Zeke, what are you most looking forward to?
Games, PvP games, multiplayer PvP.
No, Zeke. What is the next hypest game for you beside Fallout 4? Because I know you're gonna play that. So besides that, what's your next hypest game?
I don't know.
Really?
Just Cause 3?
Uncharted.
Oh, Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Now, what is that?
That's in March or February.
Okay. What are the like? Because I like.
I'm excited for Just Cause 3.
Just Cause 3 in
excited at all?
December. I guarantee you that game will be on a lot of people's.
Dark Souls 3. When does that come out?
Oh, Dark Souls.
That's
3.
March. That's March.
This
This is the new trailer, by the way, for Star Wars. I'll just show it. I don't care if the box.
So, Zeke, what do you think about the Tomb Raider stuff? You psyched for that at all? The new Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider's good. It's meh for me.
Yeah.
Are you gonna play that next Tuesday, or are you gonna go Fallout? Zeke.
Fallout.
Yeah. I think I might.
XCOM 2 and a Dishonored 2 too. Yep. The new Deus Ex is coming out soon as well.
I'm really psyched for Just Cause 3.
It looks
I'm
really
so
good.
psyched.
Okay, what is it about Just Cause 3?
Because
Just Cause 2 was the biggest bullshit game of all time.
It's like so over the top open world, just fun fest. Do whatever the fuck you want. You got grappling hooks that you can hook to something and then something else. Like and you can measure or fiddle with the tension there between the two grappling hooks. So if I wanted to hook somebody in the butt and then hook the other one to a helicopter, I could have him just like launch into the helicopter blades or something. Like it's just crazy, man. Like
what do you think about the story?
The story's always been a non-factor. Yeah.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
So,
No one cares about the story.
We're in it for the gratuitous amounts of physics and violence and explosions and destructible environment and like all that stuff. It's just a big playground,
dude.
So
Ella,
for me as a streamer, I'm just gonna go nuts in there.
Ella, did you see the GIF of there's a cow, and he takes the cow and attaches like an RPG to it, and then the cow starts like flying and zipping around, and then flies up into the sky and blows up, and there's cow bits going everywhere.
No, I haven't, and this is why I want to play this.
I saw that like 2 days ago, and I was like, all right, yeah. No, I meant Just Cause looks phenomenal.
It just looks like fun, and the hang gliding where you can like glide against the ground and just stay like inches above the ground as you're like you're doing a little squirrel suit. Oh my god,
Just Cause
just gonna be
like
so stupid fun.
It's like a more realistic goat simulator.
Yeah, let me see.
That's pretty much what it is.
Here it is.
Sandbox of toys that you can blow up and manipulate and screw it.
So,
in different
Oh, it looks like.
Don't get me wrong, it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun.
This is it right here.
I just love fun, silly. I just
Ella,
love
look at the
fun,
screen. Ella, look at the
silly-
screen.
Okay.
So it's like C4 stuff. The cow starts moving, then it puts a rocket on it, and then the cow just goes off and explodes. And the cow goes flying.
Yes. That's why I want to play that game,
Why do you
because
look at
that's
this
just one of millions of fun things you can do in that game.
JP,
That
did you see the guy that roped 2 planes so they
Oh,
started
yeah.
going in a circle, and then
Yeah,
he like made a plane boomerang?
Yeah,
Dude, it's insane what you can do in that game.
gonna be
It's
a lot
gonna
of
be. I honestly am probably looking forward to watching Ello play it more than I am playing it.
No, that's a game for
Oh
people like
my
me and Ella to
God.
just sit there and be like, I wonder if we hook that to
After
that and then
seeing
put a
what Ello
grenade
can
on
do
it.
with Goat Simulator, it's gonna be interesting.
I just want to have fun. I just want to have fun in a world that I can just no consequence. I just hook rockets to cows, man.
You should,
am I a bad guy? Am I a bad guy, chat? Because I just want to have some fucking fun in a world where I can hook planes together and make them spin and do shit. I don't know. I'm just gonna have a great time. That's all there is to it.
There you go.
No way not to.
Ello, you need to start coming up with a variety of interesting characters that you can role play in Just Cause 3 that has to kill people or do things in various interesting ways.
Oh, look at
Done.
this. Hold on. I've never
Done.
even seen this before, but this looks fucking... He's about to attach this cow to this helicopter.
Oh my god. This is everything. This is everything I've ever wanted. It's just so ridiculous that like Twitch chat has to get behind this, right? Like there's no way you can't go on a cow helicopter adventure and it not be the most amazing thing.
Look at that. Oh, he goes through...
Oh, he did it.
He gets all chopped up in the blades.
Come with me and you'll see a world of pure imagination. Like I'm going to be playing so much stupid music to this. Oh my god, I'm hooked. Literally.
There you go. There you go. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun.
God.
All right, next week, Fallout 4 launches on Tuesday. I'm not sure. We might do a show and just not have Cohh on it. We'll see. Because I know Cohh's already said he's gone.
I'm going on a vacation to the Wasteland. I will be unavailable.
Me and Zeke might, we'll talk about it. We'll figure out if we want to do a show next week. We'll let you know.
Sure.
But Fallout 4 launches next week. It's going to be... I am so interested to see what happens on Twitch. I am more so than actually playing Fallout 4. I want to see what happens on Twitch.
Want me to tell you?
What's that?
Okay.
You're going to make a prediction?
Yes.
Okay.
It's going to be really big at first. People are going to think that it is just more Fallout.
Yeah.
We're going to see a relatively sharp drop from the popular streamers, but it's going to be a decent showing for those that are continuing full playthroughs, including me, Dan's Gaming, Zeke, those people. And I think that it will still be relatively hyped by the time that the story playthroughs are ending, and then it'll slowly taper off over the next few months as people finish their longer ones. And I'm guessing that the top streams will see between 70 and 100K.
I honestly think we'll see 100K on day one.
Here's the big thing about this, though, that could throw a huge curveball.
100K
whenever,
total, right?
Whenever
100K
you talk
concurrent
about
on one
100K
stream.
for the top streamers, not total.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So one of the big things that I think is going to throw a big curveball is a lot of times with new releases, you go, okay, what percentage of the audience knows that Twitch exists? And then you can kind of make bearings off that. The Bethesda stream for Fallout 4 had over 500,000 viewers.
Yep.
So the idea that there are 500,000 plus Fallout fans that know of Twitch is a curveball.
Yeah.
In all of my metrics, I've never seen anything like that before.
I also
Okay.
know that there are 2 streams that one is official and one is not, but it's like unofficial, that will have like a launch stream for it. And I also wonder how that'll be for the viewership. I mean, that's a one-day thing.
There's a chance that we could see 200K plus streams.
On
There's
one
a-
game?
There's a chance that whenever Lyric fires up his stream, that he will go up to the top and slowly get up to 200 plus K. There's a chance.
It's possible, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it's-
which is crazy.
The
Like,
other thing
that's-
too you got to think about is, and I think this happened with Witcher 3. I think people will watch 5 minutes, make their decision, and then go and play it themselves or not play it at all.
That's what I'm saying. I was just about to say there is
a lot
something
of that
said
too.
about people not wanting to
That's
have
where
their
that
game
sharp
full.
initial drop off is. That's
Yeah.
that's exactly where that
Yeah.
initial drop comes from. They go to their favorite streamer to see if they want to buy the game, and if they decide they want to, most will. If they decide they like it, most will buy it and then go do their own.
Go watch it. Yeah.
You want
You
to
get this- Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
ready for this? So because of this, we came up with a system now that actually notifies people of giveaways without having the stream playing.
Like an email or something? Or
No, it's called the CGNA. It's a giveaway notifier. So if you're a dual sub on my channel, you can log into a system that will, anytime a giveaway happens in chat without the stream playing, it'll play an audio notification. It'll also play another one if you win.
Nice. Like through
So
a
you can
web
have your own
portal?
Fallout 4 playthrough, no spoilers, not even need to be reading chat, and you can get all that stuff notified.
There you go.
We made that system because of what you guys just said. The 5 minute. Am I going to get this? Okay, I'm leaving the stream for the next 2 months.
Yeah.
Like that's going to happen to a huge
Oh, it
amount.
will. It will.
Yep.
It'll be interesting. And then also, did you guys see when Overwatch came out that Battleborn launched the same day with a closed beta stream? So you can't stream it normally, and they had
flew out
2,000
streamers
viewers
for an event.
They had 2,000 viewers max on that channel the same day that Overwatch with like 200,000 plus.
They flew out 8+ streamers to a remote location to stream Battleborn
On
And
the
they
day
did
that Overwatch
on the
launched.
Day of Overwatch.
I'm sorry, but who makes that fucking decision, and why do they still have a job? Like, what? That is a terrible decision to do.
That was a waste of money.
Yeah. What are
I
they
hate
like?
saying it.
Let's go up
Damn.
against Overwatch, the most hyped game of the year, probably
And
besides
it's the
Fallout.
same type of game. They're
Yeah.
even this. They're
Yeah.
like
I saw that, and I was just like, huh, that is a weird decision to make. But oh well, whatever.
yeah.
They learned
it was
their
it was
lesson.
it was wild. It was very wild to see that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about it. Someone told me like, "Hey, check out Gassy streaming." And I was like, "Oh, Gassy streaming? What's got Battleborn to 2,000? What?
Yeah.
There was all these what? He usually has 4K. What's
yeah,
going
like
on?
what is going on? Yeah, that was a really weird
really-
decision.
It's
Not by
it's-
Gassy,
there's
but
so
he probably
many-
got paid for it. Good for him. But I'm saying the Battleborn people, like, why would you do that?
There's so many of these games coming out, right? You
There
got
is a lot.
Lawbreakers, Paladins,
Yeah.
Gigantic.
Gigantic.
And that one they are pushing.
Overwatch and the ones we just talked about. There's so many of this type of game that's going out.
There's also a couple indie ones that are apparently coming out too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's just one of those things that I mean, I don't know shit about the industry. Okay, I stream.
Yeah.
That's my thing. But I can tell you right now that I feel like I would know better
Yeah.
than to do something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, who knows? I'm not.
No, dude, you're absolutely right. From a gaming perspective, like in 6 months from now, we are going to have winners and we're going to have losers from the FPS MOBA genre, which is
Oh,
going to
yeah.
be like
Yeah.
flooded in the next few months. There's going to be the like Heroes of New Earth games and the games that are going to kind of go a little bit and then just disappear like overnight. It's like, where did that game go? It's pretty crazy because they're all like AAA and they're all getting
Yeah.
pushed. Battleborn's flying people out. Gigantic is renting huge swaths of PAXs to promote their stuff. Lawbreakers is doing personal showings where they're flying people out.
They were
like,
at MLG. Cliffy B was walking around in New Orleans with a Louisiana jazz band following him around through the streets, just playing songs as he walked around talking about Lawbreakers.
We played Lawbreakers. I thought it was really
We
good.
did. We can't
yeah,
talk
I,
about it.
I
though.
gotta say, dude, Lawbreakers is going to be a competitor.
Yeah. We can't
Yeah,
say
no
why or the
question.
specifics, but it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
We had a
Yeah.
fun time with it.
Yeah, it was.
I
that's
have
what
played
I'm talking about.
Overwatch and I have played Lawbreakers, and I will say right now, Lawbreakers will be a competitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A serious competitor.
I think
Yeah.
that is true.
I'm leaving. I'm actually I'm going out there on the 15th of December.
Nice.
I'm going out there to check it out and talk with those guys. And
Are you gonna be doing a stream by any chance?
no, not from there. No. I'm just going there to talk to the dev team and see what it's all about. And
It's smart
See if
that
I
they're
can-
doing that.
Wait, you're coming? Is that North Carolina?
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah. I just found out like
You guys should hang out, man.
Yeah, we're gonna
We
have
should.
to.
We really should. So
Dude, their studios are 45 minutes from my house.
Yeah, they're close. But yeah, I'm glad that people are doing that. Ella, like, I was gonna bring this up when we were talking about Battleborn launch the same day as Overwatch. I guarantee you, a year or two from now, there will be streamers that will stop streaming and actually start working for these game companies full time as a influencer, manager, or planner for a lot of this shit, because there's a lot of people that just don't know what the fuck Twitch is that are in that role right now that kind of got put into that role by the company, and they just don't know what they're doing.
it's consulting. Is all it is.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, I think
Yeah.
people that will do consulting will eventually turn that into a full-time job and not stream. Like,
Oh
they
yeah.
can make-
Yeah.
they
There's
can make
definitely
that
going
a
to be
job.
people that.
It's a new job, like, that's forming in the game dev world for sure. More PR side, obviously, but yeah.
Yep. Very totally.
Anyways, we're 1 minute from five o'clock, which is our cutoff time. So there we go. That's a show. We did it. We nailed
Packed
it.
episode today.
Yeah, we didn't
man.
take a break. Sorry about everyone.
Not even breaks.
Sorry about the viewers that like a little bit of a break to get a drink, but there was too much to talk about because we didn't do a show last week. So, and we're not going to do a
I thought it was
show.
gonna be a short show because I thought it was gonna be like Overwatch and then maybe a little bit of this peppered in.
We can talk for hours, Zeke.
Oh yeah,
Dude, it's a. Go ahead, Zeke.
no, that's why it's never like I always think like what are we gonna talk about for 3 hours, and then 3 hours is up and you're just like, oh well, fuck, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. All right. We'll let you know about a show next week. Code definitely will not be there because he's going to be playing Fallout 4. Me and Zeke will talk and let you know. I think I don't know. We'll see. I don't have any idea if we'll do a show yet. We might. We
Yeah.
might not. It depends on what
I don't
everything's
know.
going on. Yeah. We honestly can't. I can't see 7 days in the future right now with how fucking busy
Well,
November
this is one of those games that like it's not like a match after match. It's like this is
just goes.
gonna be a huge number of hours game
Yeah.
that you're gonna want to play through.
Also, JP, you have to factor in when you get back from BlizzCon and you're sick for 4 days.
I know, right? Fuck
Yep.
me.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
Yep.
rough. That'll be rough. I
I'll maybe
if,
some hand sanitizer.
if I'm actually sick, I told everyone that I was gonna buy like one of those hazmat suits and just cosplay at BlizzCon, and I'll just paint like Illidan on my face or something, so it's WoW related. That's it. Just walk
JP, I'm
around
your
BlizzCon.
biggest fan. You're just
Don't
like,
fucking touch me.
yeah. Hi.
It'll be good. It'll
Wow,
be
I thought JP was nice, but he's a real dick.
good.
He
Exactly.
didn't want me to touch him or nothing.
Don't touch me. If you see me at Blizz, do not touch me. Do not
Touch
touch
his-
me.
Touch me.
Try and take his glasses.
Did you just Brack show? Did I just hear a Brack show reference?
Yeah,
I think
you
I
definitely
think that
did.
was Space Ghosts and Breck. I haven't heard
Yes,
that name. In
I
so long.
did just definitely do
What
that.
was it? Zorlak was the centipede guy. Was it Zorlak?
I think so.
God,
Dude,
I fucking
I
love
can
that
still
show.
sing some of their songs. It's ridiculous.
That show was good. That show was good.
I was thinking about offering like a bounty on your glasses if they sent them to me.
I mean, I'd have to get them insured for a
I'll
lot
add
of time.
$100 to that pot. See,
Yeah, right,
Just gonna
right.
throw that out there.
It's like $500 for JP's. It's like Space Ghost, where it's like, give me the Space Ghost crest. Of his helmet. Like, give
Oh
me
my God.
JP's glasses.
Bring me JP's ring.
Jesus
Yeah.
A
Christ.
man was arrested today at BlizzCon after assaulting a well-known online personality named itmeJP.
There you go. Anaheim
I
News.
found later that their accomplice was another streamer.
Yeah, I can't
He was
wait
heard
to see
be
Zeke's
remarking,
mugshot.
He hit me harder than I thought he would.
That'll be great. That'll be fantastic. I can't wait for that. Let's do some shout outs here so we can get the fuck out. Start us off with some shout outs, sir.
Sure. Hi, everyone. You're on my channel this week. So if you had some fun here, I would love if you hit that follow button. I actually made a list this time. So first of all, big thank you to everyone buying our new shirt. We opened a new shirt campaign this morning. You can scroll down and check out the design. It's an amazing design. I set the goal as 200 shirts. We passed that today. Kind of ridiculous. Big thank you to everyone picking them up. Also, I'm going to be playing Binding of Isaac Afterbirth, the new DLC, right after the stream. Hope to see you there. I'm going to be doing Uncharted 2 tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. EDT, and Fallout 4. Hope to see you then.
There you go. Do you know when you're starting your playthrough for that? Can you?
12:01. I do.
Okay.
And okay, this is an interesting thing. And actually, real quick, just for because I know there's a lot of Fallout 4 fans in here. Apparently, it's opening in New Zealand 16 hours early.
I saw that as well.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes, apparently you can emulate your Steam to think it's New Zealand
Yeah, you
and
can
unlock
VPN
it,
in.
and then you can just switch it right back to wherever you are, and you're fine, and everything works. People have been asking me incessantly if I know about this, and the short answer is I don't. I actually emailed Bethesda, and I was like, hey, like a lot of people are asking me, can we do this? Is this legal? Are you going to screw with us if we do this? Like, what's the deal? Haven't heard back.
I think
so
legally,
I'm going to make it as public as I can the second I know any more info about it.
I think Steam can actually ban you for IPing
that's
VPN
what they're
in.
saying. That's so
I wouldn't mess with it.
People have said that they've done this for like multiple games in the past, and Steam doesn't care.
But they're not streamers. Like if you stream a VPN game early, like they're gonna know how you got that.
Needless to say, it's a very gray area, and as soon as it becomes more black and white, I know me and many other streamers are planning on blasting that info out. But
when does
now,
it?
Are you talking about something
officially release?
It
officially releases what he just said.
12:01 a.m. on November 10th. That is the official release time.
12:01 a.m. for
12:01 a.m. EST on November 10th.
EST. Okay.
Yes. And now what Bethesda has done is they sent out Pip-Boy editions early. I unfortunately was not on that list. And apparently the embargo for that goes up earlier than that. So you will see YouTube Let's Plays and things like that. I don't know if any streamers got early copies. If they did, more power to them. I am not one of them. But yeah, I will try to be as like public with all the info as if I get them. Hi, Torque.
Can you show your new kitties off on stream? Have you done that already?
Done what?
Have you shown your kitties off on stream yet?
Oh, the kittens? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yes.
People would lose their minds. People would lose their minds. Zeke, do some shout outs.
Yo, what's up, everybody? My name is Ezekiel III. I am known for a lot of different things on my stream. It's good to be back. I didn't cast yesterday because I was sick. I feel good now. I'm probably gonna take a little break and then boot up some Fallout 3 later this evening. But you can follow me here on, excuse me, you can follow not here. This is Coh's channel. You can follow me on my channel.
No, follow this one. No, don't listen to him.
Too. No,
follow Zeke on this channel. Hit follow. You'll find Zeke.
I got all my thing. Like I got it ready. See, I got all of us except for you because this is your channel. But everything is Ezekiel _II. It's Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Ezekiel II. I'll be playing Fallout 3 until the release of Fallout 4. And thank you to Ellohime. Thank you to Coh. Thank you to JP for having me back. It's good to be back, babies.
There you go. There you go. Glad to have you back. Ello, thanks for coming on the show. I know I asked you last minute, as I always do, so I appreciate that. Do some shout outs for us, sir.
Yeah. No, the pleasure's all mine, man. I am Ellohime. I stream a variety of different games. Obviously, I've been very invested in Overwatch lately. I will be doing some Fallout 4, but it'll probably not be at the initial release. I'll probably wait several days and then jump into it. I just think it's probably going to be better for my fans so they can get their hands on the game and they don't have to worry about spoilers. Yeah, you can follow me on my channel if you want to. If not, that's cool too. I always want people to follow that want to follow, so I never like follow me. If you like what I say and whatever, and you can get over how ugly my beard is, then we're gonna get along just fine. Anyways, yeah. If you want any of like my Twitter or any of that stuff, that's all on my channel. So I'm easy, man. Thank you so much for having me on the broadcast. Not only JP and Coh and Zeke, but also all the viewers out there. You guys are incredible, and you're very patient with me, and I really appreciate it. So thank you, guys. It's always a pleasure. It really is.
There you go. All right, guys. We'll let you know about a show
Real
next
quick.
week. Oh,
Real quick.
Coh, go ahead.
Quick. The 100% Fallout playthrough has been moved to November 9th at 8 a.m. EDT.
There you go.
See you a day early.
Starting Monday at 8 a.m. Eastern.
That's for everybody?
That's from me.
No, for you.
Yes. And most likely you guys too.
Yeah, it's
if you talk to the right people.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
We'll talk about it off stream, Zeke. But yeah, that's it. We'll see you guys next week for Drop Frames. Probably check our Twitters or just go to my schedule or come to my channel.
Who is next?
Your channel next. Next week we're on Zeke's channel. The next show will be on Zeke's channel. If we do a show next week, we'll be there. If we do it the next week after, it'll still be there. So there you go.
Cool.
We'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
See you guys.